not looking. They were looking to actually make cuts to the athletic program.
And Coach Harrod had to have, fallen in love with this place to step away from his athletic director position at Talladega and head coach to come here and coach this girls basketball team, and been able to improve the roster. There's
and
a lot of talented young athletes here.
And I got to give credit to Dr. Ken Smith and the athletic department here at Langston University. They were able to put together a competitive package and put on really a good show whereby when these coaches came here, they saw the vision and they saw the commitment and investment, and as a result of it, we have two fine coaches here. And you know what? The proof is in the pudding. Both programs, year number 2, are in a very, very good position.
Amen to that. Langston Lady Lions are announcing their starting lineup right now. Number 5, Cameron Shelley. Number 12, Skylar Little. Number 22, Shay Rout. And I missed the other 2.
And Michaela Moore, the point guard.
Okay. And so
Kamisha Moore.
Kamisha Moore, there you go, number 14. And I'm not sure if they announced the starting lineup for Oklahoma PanHandle State.
Yeah, we just dialogued right through it.
Gotcha. Well, we're seconds away from tip-off. Again, big sponsor here on PPBC is Tinker Federal Credit Union. Check out their website, tinkerfcu.org. Branches across the state, access to hundreds of co-op shared branch locations, extended phone service hours, and online and mobile account access. TFCU is available anytime that's convenient for you. Focus early on. Gary, what do you think?
Focus early on is to try and get off to a fast start. We want to make sure that we establish ourselves defensively, make sure that we execute the fundamentals, and make sure that we make every single offensive possession count.
Skylar Little wins the tip-off. Now they're going to move the basketball around the perimeter. Oklahoma PanHandle State kind of running a little bit of a zone defense right here to start the game. Cameron Shelley with the basketball on the wing. Now goes to the top of the key. Right there on the other wing. Number 14, Kamisha Moore, gets it to the high post to Little. Now to the corner, back to Shelley. Moves, kind of loses control. Deep 3, in and out.
Oh, rebound.
Offensive rebound. She gets fouled at the block, so.
Good rebound by Haley Jordan.
She'll shoot free throws to possibly put the first points on the scoreboard. Everyone kind of goes through their own free throw routine nowadays, and she'll put up the first shot. Draws first blood. Langston Lady Lions up 1-0.
And, of course, in this starting 5 for the Lady Lions, 4 of the 5 starters are all seniors. And so, again, just keeping with tradition, senior night, final home game for the Lady Lions, regular season, you have, again, 4 of the 5 players.
Oklahoma PanHandle State with the basketball gets right across half court. Going to start their half court. Offense, get wing back to the point, almost stolen. Down to the high post, almost stolen again. Number 1, Jada Spence, kind of leading away at the point guard, and that's turnover number 1 by PanHandle State.
Yeah, Kamisha Moore, she's really, really quick, and she loves to use her quickness defensively. Oh, it's a bad pass.
Yeah, right over the head of Shay Rout. Yep. So it'll be PanHandle State's basketball again. Jada Radonovich going to inbound the basketball for PanHandle State. Probably their number 1 scorer. Last time they played, I think she had double digits. But obviously Lady Lions won the game. Here's a shot right there.
Rebound by Rout.
She's going to push it. Far side pass on the baseline. Travel. Got a little bit ahead of herself.
Yeah, Haley Jordan got called for steps.
So PanHandle State will have possession here. Restart this. Radonovich going to inbound it to number 1, Carolina Olvera. Cross court to the wing. 3-point attempt. No good. off the hands of Rout. Offensive rebound.
Stolen by Rout.
What a steal by Shea Rout there, and now they're going to push it up the floor. Finds a player down there on the baseline, now has to kick it out, and it's stolen again by Olvera. Fakes, puts up the jumper, no good. Radanovic with the offensive board, put back, it is good. Tie ball game, 2-2. Just under 8 minutes left in the first quarter here. See if Gales Fieldhouse. On the right side, top of the key, Shelley.
Yeah, PanHandle State right now in the 3-2 zone.
Now they get it on the other corner. Three-point attempt, no good.
Rims
and
rebound
offensive rebound by Langston. Almost turns it over. And Rout saves the day. Three-point shot, no good. Can they get the offensive rebound? Yes, they can. Now they're going to restart their half-court offense right there at the top of the key. Kamisha Moore dribbles right. Now to Shelley. Thought about taking it. Now she goes right. It's into the high post to Moore. And there's a foul somewhere along the way. Looks to be on the floor. Nobody's going to shoot free throws just yet.
Yeah, the foul's being issued to Carolyn Olvera.
Yeah, Kamisha Moore will inbound the basketball for the Lady Lions. Tie ball game right now, 2-2. Inbounds it right to Rout. Throwed. Well, Skylar Little is who was trying to catch the pass, went through her hands, goes out of bounds. PanHandle State going to have possession here.
Right now, the Lady Lions are a little out of sync. A little bit earlier game than usual.
Olvera on the wing. To her teammate, Sierra Tate. Down low. Reverse layup, gets the bucket. Oklahoma PanHandle takes the lead by 2. Going to step out and play a little bit defense and knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Lady Lion basketball here.
Timeout. Lady Lions.
Yeah, Coach Herod is going to have a conversation with his team. Just a little bit of, a few mistakes there at the beginning of the game. You could call it nerves. You could call it too much adrenaline. A lot of different reasons for that. But they need to just kind of focus, bear down.
Right. Right now they're kind of playing out of sync a little bit. Normally, in a situation like this, you would have the other guard that's in the game, Kirksey. And so she's another ball handler along with Kamisha Moore, which takes a lot of pressure, off of Moore. And so now, you're and also too, you have as a wing player, you got Shea Rout playing out in the wing when she's normally a low post player. Langston's trying to have 3 bigs in the game, in which they only have really true 2 ball handlers.
Is it more because of their senior status?
Yes, I think it's a combination of senior, and then also too, you're trying to take advantage of the size differential over PanHandle State as well.
It's a down low to Little, back to Rout. 3-point shot.
Rims out.
Fighting for the rebound. Who can come up with it? It's PanHandle State. You got a 2-point lead with the basketball. Gets across half court. Sierra Tate to 24. Heidi Rodriguez back to Tate. Now Olvera. High post to Radanovic. Corner 3. Knocked it down. Oklahoma PanHandle State off to a 7-2 start to this basketball game. There's Tate to Shelley. Shelley drives in the paint, loses control, goes out of bounds. Going to say off of the Lady Lions.
Yep, turnover, Lady Lions. So now we have Love checking into the game. She's coming in for Kamisha Moore.
Okay.
Also,
yeah.
Transu also checks into the game as well.
Yeah, in place of Shea Rout. So PanHandle State going to bring it up. Try to increase their lead a little bit. Sierra Tate to Olvera, back to Tate, to the high post. Turns around, tried to get it to Radanovic, stolen by Cameron Shelley. She's on the run. Great pass down low. Buckets.
Yeah, great transition by Cameron Shelley. And the assist to Transu.
7-4 lead. PanHandle with the 3-point lead in the basketball. Olvera to Tate. Tate dribbles right, tries to get it down
Deflected.
low. It's tipped, stolen by Lady Lions.
Great defensive
2
play
on
by
2.
Skylar Little.
Gets it to number 12, Skylar Little. Now the corner. 3 on the wing, no good. Rebounded PanHandle State.
Yeah, Lady Lions actually had 2 opportunities there in that possession.
Here's 24.
No.
Heidi Rodriguez with the three-point bucket.
She drained it. That's her second three-point shot.
10-4, Oklahoma PanHandle State. Throws it full court, completes it, drives. Gets it down low, high percentage shot right off the glass.
Nicely done. Cameron Shelley penetrated. She was able to find Haley Jordan sitting on the baseline for the easy layup.
10-6, 4.5 to play. PanHandle State with the basketball on the wing. Gives it to top of the key to Radonovich. Kind of directing traffic. It's to the high post, number 2. Jemiah Clay, and there's a foul.
Yep, that's going to be a foul against Haley Jordan.
So looks like Jemiah Clay is going to go to the free throw line for 2 free throw attempts. Langston Lady Lions making some substitutions there.
So checking into the game is Maddie Boyd, the freshman from Canadian Texas, and then also Clea Kirksey.
First free throw's no good. Still 10-6, 4-point difference. Jemiah Clay going to have a second opportunity here. Puts up the shot. Gets it to fall. No good. Lane violation.
Yeah.
Which is good for the Lady Lions. Down 4 with the basketball. They'll inbound it. Great ball movement right now. Rhea Kirksey on the right side. Now she's going to back up and restart it. She had 17 points on Thursday. Losing control. They're going to call a reach-in foul on PanHandle State.
Yep.
Carolyn Olvera. So Kirksey's going to inbound the basketball.
PanHandle State staying in that 3-2 zone.
Love. Back to Kirksey. Top of the key. Thought about it. Other side. There's a three-point attempt. No good. Offensive rebound by Kirksey. Gets it to her teammate. Now kicks it.
They're calling Haley Boyd for steps.
Another traveling call. That's not normal for the Lady Lions basketball team.
No, it's not. Sometimes, you get the ball and there's an opportunity, you get a little anxious, but you got to see it before you do it.
Right. You start looking about the moves that you're going to make. PanHandle State, 4-point lead, 3:35 left in the first quarter. Still a lot of basketball to be played. There's Molly Jones down there and kicks it to her teammate. Buckets, but the charge foul is called. What a defensive play.
Great job by Maddie Boyd.
Those type of plays make Coach Haird proud.
That's right. And that's one of the things that he mentioned about Maddie Boyd in the pregame. I had an opportunity to ask him about how he's playing the freshman more, and he was saying that she's really has a bright future here at Langston University. She does an outstanding job, does exactly what he wants her to do, and also too, she plays good defense. Oh,
Three-point
Haley
shot.
Jordan
Cuts the deficit to 2. That's a big-time shot.
Yes.
Force the turnover, capitalized on it.
It's always nice when you have a post player who can step out on the perimeter and drain a 3.
Jordan almost makes the steal there,
steps.
and that solid defense. Force your opponent into making mistakes exactly like that. And they got called for the travel, so Lady Lions will get possession back.
Yeah, Rodriguez kind of shuffled her feet there.
Nate Love to teammate, back to Love in the corner, kind of dribbles it back.
Kirksey.
To the other corner, no good. Offensive rebound by Lady Lions. Quinay Love just moving it around the perimeter, and then
foul.
Yep, that's Korea Kirksey gets called for the foul. Took the high percentage shot.
Yeah.
Now she'll go to the free throw line to have an opportunity to tie this game. 2:33 left in the first quarter.
And of course, Kirksey, she's a graduating senior who had a year of eligibility, and she came back to play. And she's done a very, very good job of leading the Lady Lions from the guard position.
Misses her first free throw, but she is a graduate of Midwest City High School.
Yeah, and has had an outstanding career here at Langston.
All right, referee, I think, is having to talk with the players on lane violations, possibly. All right. Second free throw, in and out. Offensive
nice
rebound
by Transu.
Going to restart the offense. That's how you do it. Quinay Love at the top. Gives it to Kirksey. Back.
Oh, nice.
Down low. Great ball movement by Lady Lions. Just wasn't able to make the shot. Goes out of bounds. They're going to say it's PanHandle State basketball.
Yeah. Well, good ball movement. Just got to draw some rim. Give yourself a chance for a rebound.
Some substitutions here on PanHandle's behalf. Kind of a, more of a press by the Lady Lions.
Yep, coming in full court press.
Getting in the way of those passing lanes, almost creating the steal. PanHandle's really having to work, and is that a 10-second? Did they get it past half court in time?
Well, I think they called 10. Turnover, Lady Lions basketball.
Yep, and that's, again, goes to great defense. Great pass on the other side of the court on the wing. Kirksey kind of directing traffic. Pulls up for three. No good.
Rebound,
offensive rebound, put back. That's how you clean it up. Tie ball game, 10-10, minute 50 left in the first quarter.
Lady Lions right back in that full court press.
They get across half court this time over on the right side. But you can sense the sense of urgency from Langston. Here's a three-point shot, no good. It's going to go out of bounds and be Langston Lady Lion basketball.
Yeah, that was a good defensive stand. Did a good job of blocking out there. No one got the rebound. The ball floated out of bounds, but that's because everyone had a body on a body.
So 55 is Maddie Boyd?
Yes.
Okay. Inbound to the basketball there at the beginning. Now they're going to go through their half-court offense. Quinay Love on the wing. Gets it down to Maddie Boyd. Turns, spins, one-handed. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded PanHandle State.
Like to see Maddie Boyd just use a little bit of that backboard. Great low pivot move, low post move.
Sierra Tate going to give it to her teammate, Molly Jones. Molly Jones back to Tate. Good defense by the Lady Lions. Down low to the baseline. Almost stolen. Got a hand on it. Three-point shot by Sierra Tate.
Rims out. Rebound, Haley Jordan.
Oh, and she loses her footing, falls on the ground, and it's going to be an easy bucket for PanHandle State. They were right there to pick it up.
Yeah, there was some contact on that play. Coach Harrod wanted a foul call, didn't get it.
35 seconds left in the first quarter. Ball game's tied 10-10. Quick little timeout or a stoppage of play. And there's some sort of turnover. The Lady Lions are not happy about it.
10. Foul. Loose ball foul on Haley Jordan.
Okay. Now, they probably should reset the clock. I'm not sure if they're going to here. 29 seconds either way. PanHandle State bringing it up the floor. Now we got to get the clock to start. There it is. All right. Number 2, Jemiah Clay. Almost stolen off the hands of Cameron Shelley. Ball will stay with PanHandle State. Still tied. Well, a 12-point difference. You're right.
22 seconds left in the period.
Inbound it. 24, Heidi Rodriguez now to Tate. Sierra's going to try and milk this clock down and get the last shot. Don't want to give the Lady Lions the basketball back if they had their choice. Tate drives. Off the foot of Maddie Boyd.
I thought they were going to call a kick. They did.
3.8 seconds left until the end of the first quarter.
PanHandle State maintains possession. Interesting place to spot the ball.
Very. Inbound it. Tate's running out of time. It puts it up, in and out. Rebounded Boyd. Good play by the Langston Lady Lions. 10-12 after quarter number 1. Thank you for tuning in to this Langston Lady Lion basketball game here on PPBC TV, sponsored by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Again, check out their website, tinkerfcu.org. Jay Swick, Gary Woods here. Thoughts on the first quarter, Gary?
Well, I tell you what, the Lady Lions kind of came out a little slow. So keys to the game, we were talking about get out fast, right? And I think a lot of that had to do with the new lineup for senior day. But once we started rotating the guards, the momentum started coming to, picking up a little bit, and the team started kind of gelling a little bit. So I think it has more to do with personnel than anything else. I do see that the Lady Lions, there are some miscues on the floor, but I think as the game goes on, they're going to settle in.
I think so, too. They're taking high percentage shots. Some of them are just not falling. And sometimes you play enough basketball, there's going to be days like that. There's going to be quarters like that throughout the game. I think you're right. I think they're going to settle in and just execute their offense. Keep doing what they're doing. The shot's coming. It's going to come.
And I think also, too, Coach Harrod, he's now starting to do more defensively with the Lady Lions. And so I think that's important because, again, if you can force some turnovers, get some easy baskets in transition, I think that's the key to try and separate yourself from the competition. As we come into the second period, we see that there's a different personnel grouping on the floor. You have Boyd, you have Haley Jordan, Kirksey, Love, and then also you have Rivera checking into the game, the transfer from Gaston State, Alabama.
And
Turnover.
That's last touched by
right.
PanHandle State, so that's a really good way to start defensively in the second quarter. So Langston going to inbound the basketball to Cameron Shelley. No, I'm sorry, that's Quinay Love. Quinay Love overlooking the defense. To teammate now to Boyd. Boyd hands it off. And that was blocked by PanHandle State. They'll recover the basketball.
Yeah, good strong move by Rivera to the paint. Just
Rodriguez and to Tate. Tate to Rodriguez on the wing. Really good defense by Langston, making it tough on him. Radonovich at the top of the key, tries to get it down low, foul on the floor.
Yeah, Haley Jordan got caught for reaching. Really got to be careful. I think that's her second foul.
Yeah, she's been involved offensively and defensively. She's always on the ball. She's in the, making plays constantly throughout the game.
Skylar Little checks in now for Haley Jordan. Coach is going to give her a rest.
Inbound pass, no good. Rebounded Langston, and here they come. Lady Lions pushing it up the floor. Kirksey gets fouled. They're going to call it a shooting foul or on the floor?
It should be on the floor. Yep.
All right, so they'll inbound the basketball from the baseline. Quinay Love will be the one to do that. Langston just trying to either tie this game up or possibly take a 1-point lead if they can make a three-pointer.
Yeah. We'll see what Coach Harrod dials up there. Oh, they go right into the paint. Nice strong move by Boyd. Oh, but they call an offensive foul. Wow. I guess they didn't like her elbow when she pivoted in the low post. She kind of cleared out with the elbow.
That was a little subjective for me, but all right. So they're PanHandle going to have to fight through this press. That is the Lady Lion defense right now. Sierra Tate dribbles right, gives it to Rodriguez, back to Tate. Quinay Love is doing a great job defending her right now. Back to Tate on the wing. Quinay Love just trying to get her to make a mistake. She drives, puts up the layup. That was just a good basketball play.
It really was, and I see that Quinay Love is trying her best to take the right hand
Here's
away.
Kirksey trying to make a good play of her own, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound at PanHandle State. Kirksey's going to stay there and play defense. Sense a little bit of a frustration from her, but she's just using that energy to play defense right now.
Yeah. I think she thought she was going to draw the foul.
Radonovich trying to get closer, spins, puts up the shot. It's falls. 16-10 lead by Oklahoma PanHandle State with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Here's Quinay Love to Kirksey on the wing. Now to Boyd. Boyd trying a three-point shot.
Rims out. Rebound, Rivera.
Rivera has to kick it, but looks like Skylar Little was not close enough. Ball goes out of bounds. Panhandle State. Got to cut down on some of these turnovers.
Yeah. That was the difference in the first game.
Right.
And now it looks like right now Langston has a little bit of a issue with turnover as Cameron Shelley checks back in the game.
All right, Sierra Tate's bringing it up the floor. Has to get a little bit of room between her and Quinae Love. Now Rodriguez, 33 is in the game.
Turnover.
Alex Kimball, and then there we go.
Stolen by
Boyd gets it. Quinae Love. Half-court offense underway. Lady Lions down 6. Need a bucket here. Calling out the play. Moving all around the perimeter, just trying to decide how they want to penetrate. There's a quick foul, I think, on Panhandle State. It's going to be on Radonovich.
Yeah.
Their
ball goes down into the low post.
Tallest player on that team. Quick substitution. Vera's coming out.
Transu's coming in.
Quinae Love trying to find an open teammate. Does. Puts up the shot. Can't
rims
get
out.
it to fall. Another whistle.
Wow. Loose ball foul.
So Panhandle will keep their 6-point lead right now. Quinae Love's coming out of the game, and Kamisha Moore's coming back in. So here comes Panhandle State, gets across half court. Sierra Tate is their point guard. To Rodriguez, drives baseline. Now kicks it back out. Drives the paint loose, stolen by Boyd. Gives it to Shelley. 1-on-3, puts up the layup,
Nice
gets
layup.
a bucket to get within 4.
Good
Lady
job.
Lions needed that.
Nice steal and assist by Boyd.
Now, Kamisha Moore is forcing pressure on Sierra Tate. Gets her with the carry call, so that's another turnover forced by the Lady Lion defense. They'll have another opportunity here to cut the deficit even more. Misha Moore at the top of the key, kind of overlooking it. Gives it to Shelley. Shelley dribbles right. Gets off a screen, jump shot. Gets it to fall.
Yeah, great movement by the basketball. And, of course, Shelley working the ball around until she got to the elbow.
Lady Lions on a 4-0 run right now, down 2. Double teamed Tate. Here's a 3-point shot by Panhandle. Gets it to fall. That was Jana Radonovich.
Yeah, Panhandle just comes and fires right back.
Back to 5.
They stayed in that 3-2 zone. Or actually,
Misha
they're
Moore
playing more of a matchup zone now.
Here's Shelley, drives, draws the foul.
Yep.
They're going to say that's on the floor as well?
Yes.
We'll do a quick little foul count here.
Oh, wow. No. I thought they called it on the floor.
So she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah. I mean, the foul happened during the jump stop.
Ferrer coming in for Boyd. Maddie Boyd's going to take a breather. 5:46, a ton of basketball left. Only a 5-point difference right now, but Shelley could make it 3 if she makes both free throws. Puts up the shot.
Misses the
rims
first
it
one.
out. Need to be cautious for the lane violation. We've seen a couple of those today. Puts up the second shot, no good.
Wow.
Offensive rebound by Panhandle State. Here comes Sierra Tate, their point guard, just trying to get across half court, but
Transu steals it.
here it is. Fast break, but she's got to get through that defender. No good. Kamisha Moore with the rebound and
She gets
putback.
fouled.
She'll go to the free throw line for 2. And good hustle play by Transu.
It really was, and it was a great follow by Moore.
Timeout on Panhandle State. 5.5 left to play in the second quarter, 19-14. PanHandle State with a 5-point lead. Again, our sponsors for this broadcast here on PPBC TV is Tinker Federal Credit Union. If you're looking for easy and speedy tax returns, TFCU members can save up to 20% off federal products when you file with TurboTax. You can log on to their website and get more information, tinkerfcu.org. Appreciate everybody tuning in and all the Langston Lion fans, alumni, families, parents, cousins, aunts, uncles, everybody. Appreciate it.
It's senior night at Langston.
Great atmosphere here at CF Gales Arena, CF Gales Fieldhouse.
That's right. Moore's at the line.
Knocks it down. Last time I said something, they missed it, so I wanted to stay quiet there, Gary. She'll have another opportunity here.
Call it the announcer's jinx.
Knocks that down. 3-point difference. Lady Lions stepping up their defense here. Closing the gap little by little. PanHandle almost turned it over again. They're going to take a desperation three in and out. They're going to call a foul on Kamisha Moore. That'll be 3 free throws for PanHandle State.
Coach Harrod did not like that call.
That was almost like a desperation three.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach Harrod having a conversation with the official. And here's the first free throw, knocks it down. Gets to the 20-point mark, 20-16. Have 2 more free throws here. Second one is off the rim, no good. For Heidi Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, I think, is the high scorer so far for PanHandle State as she makes 2 out of the 3.
Inbounds to Moore. Moore is going to bring it up the floor for the Lady Lions of Langston University. Dribbles right, sees an opening, puts up the layup, and gets it to fall.
Great move by Moore.
Saw some daylight, took advantage, and executed.
She has probably one of the best first steps I've seen in a point guard in a long time.
Sierra Tate to Radonovich, going to spin. Now spin the other way, puts up the shot, gets it to fall. Really good post move by her.
Yes.
Kamisha Moore going to bring it up the floor again. Dribbles a little to the right side. Now attacks again, puts up the layup. Can't get it to fall, but Boyd was there. No, Rivera
rebound. Nice.
Gets it to fall. 20-23, back to the 3-point deficit.
Kamisha Moore getting into a rhythm now.
PanHandle.
23-20.
Kind of milking the clock just a little bit. Radonovich at the top of the key, drives.
Blocked by Skylar Little. Rebound by Rivera.
Pushes it up the court, completes it.
Dime.
What great ball movement.
Again. Guess
Kayla
who?
Transu with the bucket.
More to Transu. Uh-oh.
They're going all the way. Find Radonovich, who fakes, puts up the shot. No good.
Rebound
to Skylar Little. Great play to stop the momentum there. Back to Kamisha Moore.
23-22.
He's taking a calculated approach at the top of the key.
Lady Lions down by 1.
Cameron Shelley on the running. Now gets it to Rivera. Pulls up for 3. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound.
By Little.
Back to Moore at the top of the key. Now to Transu at the wing. Rivera, Moore. Now to Little. Now to Cameron Shelley for 3.
Rims out.
Rebounded PanHandle State. They've got a 1-point lead with 3 minutes, 10 seconds until halftime. Now they're going to take a slow approach going forward. Sierra Tate drives, kicks it, 3-point attempt. What a block
by Rivera.
Brittany Rivera read that like a children's book, got in the way and knocked it into the stands. It's a great block.
You know, I had an opportunity to visit with Brittany in the pregame. She's actually one of my favorite players, not because She scores the most points. She is probably the player who does more of the little things than any other player on this roster. Coach puts her in a game, she instantly brings the spark, whether it be defensively or whether it be in the assist game or whether it be her getting rebounds or steals both offensively and defensively.
And the little things add up.
Yes, they do.
And make a big difference.
Stuff you just don't see on the stat sheet.
Shelley was trying to block the inbound pass. Here's Olvera. PanHandle just trying to get some room to create a shot. Tate gets the shot off the glass. Is that a blocking foul or a charge?
They call a flop. They're calling a flop. They called a flop.
That's mind-boggling.
No, they did. What did they call?
Then it had to have been a charge.
But that wasn't the signal she gave.
No.
What was the signal?
Well, did they give her credit? They gave her credit for the bucket.
Basket,
okay,
yeah.
So I guess no foul?
No foul, I guess.
All right, here's Korea Kirksey.
I don't know why you blew if it wasn't a foul, why'd you blow the whistle?
Exactly. Skylar Little down low to Rivera. Rivera turning around. Offensive foul on Brittany Rivera.
Yeah, I think she used her offhand as a bit of a hook, and so they're calling the offensive foul. I tell you,
that's been a trend today.
Yeah, the officiating crew, they like to call the offensive fouls.
We saw one on Maddie Boyd that kind of used her other arm in the similar fashion, got called for it. All right, PanHandle loses control, stolen by the Lady Lions, 2-on-2. Korea Kirksey, and I think they're going to call a blocking foul on PanHandle State.
Yeah, that was quite the collision down there.
Right.
Both players went flying. I was just curious as to who they're going to call the foul on.
You never know.
You never know.
And so they've got somebody out there to wipe down the wet spot.
Yeah.
Can't have everybody sliding all over the place. So are they in the bonus, or was that a shooting foul?
I think it is a shooting foul. She was on her way to the basket.
In and out.
Also, too, the rules are as well, when you get to 5 fouls, when you get to foul number 6, you shoot 2.
Okay, when you get to foul number 6.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
On foul number 6, you shoot
Strong defense right now.
Oh.
Being applied by the Lady Lions of Langston University. And here's Olvera of PanHandle State. Dribbling right, loses control, needs help.
Good pressure by Kirksey.
And almost stolen by Rivera. Gets it to Jemiah Clay.
Yes,
and there we go.
Screen. Yep, moving screen.
Strong defense forces mistakes like that. So minute 51, Lady Lions down 3, 25-22 with the basketball. Misha Moore to Shelley. Down to Transit. Now down low to Rivera. Turnaround jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound. Loose ball. Jump ball. And the possession arrow is going to stay with Langston. Referees are going to have a little okay, the referee is certain that the arrow
should go the other way.
Yeah. And that's surprising me because it was, clearly pointing towards Langston's direction, but I guess the official knows something I don't.
Wow.
Okay. I've never seen it kind of carried out that way before, but that's all right.
Well, what they're saying is that during the last possession,
didn't get changed over.
Didn't get changed over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's Olvera running to the right side for almost stolen by Korea Kirksey.
Yeah.
She didn't like that call.
Got a little handsy. And again, that's foul number 6, shooting 2.
All right, so Carolyn Olvera, sophomore out of Balco, Oklahoma.
Where's Balco?
I have no idea.
It sounds like northwest Oklahoma somewhere.
Yeah. Puts up the shot, no good, in and out.
Yeah, Balco has to be not too far from PanHandle State. Let's see.
Free throw number 2 here. Trying to make it a 2-possession game, and they do. PanHandle State by 4. Langston, Lady Lion basketball. Sent all the way to Kirksey. Kirksey to Moore. Moore to Shelley. Shelley puts up the shot. Oh, just not.
Rebound by Rivera.
Unbelievable. Here's Moore for the shot. She gets fouled in the
fouled.
process. She'll go to the line for 2 with 1:11 left until halftime. Have an opportunity to cut it to a 1-point game if she can make both free throws.
What did I tell you? Balco, Oklahoma. Is
Right in the Panhandle
of Oklahoma.
Barely in Oklahoma. All right.
Yep. Almost to Colorado.
Gets the bucket, makes it a 1-possession game. It's, 2-point difference right now. PanHandle is going to make some substitutions.
And I'm telling you, so far with 1:11 left in the first half, I'm sure PanHandle State has to be pleased.
Has to be.
They have to be pleased.
The ball has bounced their way in several different game situations.
Right.
And they've been able to kind of deal with in a positive way. Okay, so makes the free throw, and
26-25,
All
PanHandle
right.
State leads.
I thought it was another lane violation real quick, but that's not the case. PanHandle State, their lead is dwindling, only up 1. Sierra Tate holding the basketball right around the logo, 1 minute left. Tate dribbles right to Rodriguez. Rodriguez loses her dribble. It's off to Olvera on the right side. Solid defense by the Lady Lions. Just trying to force a turnover.
Oh,
and there it is.
Throws the ball backcourt.
Yep, that's exactly right. It'll be Lady Lion basketball with 38.58 seconds left until halftime. They'll have an opportunity to take the lead on this possession if they can get a bucket.
Oh, it's going to be an exciting day today because in marching the Langston Lion marching pride.
And there are a lot of people here at this gym that are here to see that. There's Shelley with the shot. No, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, can't get it to fall. Rebounded Oklahoma PanHandle State with 19 seconds left. They got a 1-point lead, and they're going to try and milk this clock. Take one more shot before half and go into halftime with a little bit of momentum. Sierra Tate cuts off a screen right at the top of the key. Now she goes left. 3-point shot. Can't get it to fall. And that's the end of the second quarter. 26-25. Oklahoma PanHandle State has a 1-point lead over the Langston Lady Lion basketball team at half. We're going to take a short commercial break here, and we'll come back and talk about what we just witnessed in the first half and what adjustments Langston needs to make going into the second half. Right now, leading the Lady Lions in points. There's a tie between two players that have 8 points each, and that is Haley Jordan and Kamisha Moore. Also, two other players have 4 points at the half, and that's Michaela Transu and Cameron Shelley. But overall, they're not shooting a high percentage from the floor. That's got to improve going into the second half. But we'll talk more about it here momentarily. I'm Jay Swick. Got Gary Woods in here. Langston Lions down 1 at half. The Lady Lions to Oklahoma PanHandle State. This broadcast is brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union. We'll be back here momentarily.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
LSU Shreveport.
The greatness, otherwise known as G, is being escorted by Rodney Cox and Ray Brewer. He's from Duke, Oklahoma, and he majors in high career. His future plans include continuing to play basketball and become a basketball coach.
Okay. Welcome back to Langston Lady Lion Basketball. PPBC TV, sponsored by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Check out their website, tinkerfcu.org. Our score at half, Oklahoma PanHandle State has a 1-point lead, 26-25, going into the third quarter. I'm Jay Swick, got Gary Woods here with us. And, you know, a lot of different things happened in the first half to kind of get to where we're at. What is your your first reaction after witnessing what we saw in the first half?
Well, my first reaction is it's 26-25, and so as I mentioned to you earlier, Swick, I'm sure PanHandle State is very pleased with how the first half went. But I can say without a shadow of a doubt that the reason why this game is so close is because of all of the missed opportunities the Lady Lions did not capitalize on in the first half of play. So I'm saying that the reason why this game is close is probably because the Lady Lions just were not playing sharp in the first half.
Offensively, they've struggled from the field, 29%. PanHandle State shooting 47. So there's a huge difference there.
Right.
Langston is 0 for 10 from three-point range.
Wow.
You know, they're taking their shots. They're getting open shots. I'm not mad about their shot selections. It's just not going in the hoop. And even with that said, Langston's out-rebounded PanHandle State by 10.
Right.
So the putback shots aren't going in. So they just got to figure out how to get the ball in the hoop.
Yeah, anytime you can go and get a possession and you get two opportunities to make a basket and you don't make the basket or get the foul where you can go to the free throw line, then, things just aren't going right for you.
Yeah, turnover-wise, I mean, PanHandle State 16 in the first half.
Wow.
You know, and still we see the score the way it is, only a 1-point difference. So I expect Langston to come out, you know, very, very focused, very dialed in this second half. I can only imagine what Coach Harrod is saying to his team right now.
Well, I know that he's probably talking to them about getting back to the basics, the fundamentals. The girls, you know, are the Lady Lions, they are pushing, and they're trying to force it to happen. They really just need to relax, and they need to let the game come to them. I think the emphasis in this second half is going to be on defense, not necessarily on offense, and hopefully try to get out and do what they do best, and that is run and transition the basketball in a way where they can create offensive opportunities just by simply applying defensive pressure.
One thing that I do like in regards to this Lady Lion basketball team in the first half is their 15 offensive rebounds in the first, 15 to 3.
Right.
They're just not getting their second chance shots to fall right now.
Yeah, they're not getting their second chance shots to fall. And typically, when you talk about those offensive rebounds, that if they did translate into points, even at 50% of those, you're looking at roughly should be at least about an 8-point lead.
Yeah, and some of the players that I'm, really looking for to score in the second half, Kamisha Moore, Haley Jordan, Cameron Shelley, they've all had their opportunities. They just got to get out of there. Get more in rhythm offensively.
Right.
They're creating enough turnovers to have a lead in this game. They're just not knocking down the shots. So
you're right.
Tweaking the offense here and there, making a few slight adjustments, but for the most part, just keep playing and keep doing what you're doing and executing your offense. The shot will fall.
Yeah, they should, and it comes with just, hey, right now while the shots are not falling, what do you do? How do you play into that? Well, you have to make sure you rebound well, which means that when you do take shots, you want to make sure that you're in position for the offensive rebound. And then also, too, you really need to focus on what we call, Swick, paint touches, getting paint touches, getting in the paint, taking the higher percentage shot, and if you don't make the shot, get to the free throw line. I don't necessarily know what do the free throw attempts look like?
So the free throws are pretty similar. Langston is 7 for 12. PanHandle State is 3 of 6.
Okay.
So, Langston shooting 58% from the free throw line, but PanHandle's only shooting 50%, but they've only had 6 shots.
Right.
So.
And reality as a team, that free throw percentage isn't good either.
Right.
So a lot's not happening so far in the first half between Langston and PanHandle State. Both teams are they're a little down in terms of their execution. I don't think there's anything on the stat line, Swick, that really pops out at us in terms of what any particular team is doing well. So I think it's important that one of these teams need to get out here and right the ship in the second half and start executing to their ability. I know without a shadow of a doubt, Langston is not playing at their usual pace so far.
If they can kind of speed up the game and kind of overexert PanHandle State,
yes.
I think Lady Lions are a faster basketball team. So
Sure
you're exactly right. They want to get to scoring points in transition. They want to get up and down the court. And I think they're going to continue, pressing as much as they possibly can to force those turnovers on defense. The leading scorer for PanHandle State is Jana Radonovich. She had that one big 3-point shot down here at the corner, but she's leading the first half scoring for them with 9 points. And then Rodriguez has 8, but I think they're, as far as the biggest scoring threat for PanHandle State is Radonovich. She's bigger, she's taller, she's 6'2", can shoot at the outside shot, but she's made some really good moves down there in the post. So Skylar Little and other players like that are going to have to really bear down in the paint defensively.
Yeah, and they also need to keep in mind that they want to make sure that they stay in great position between the man and the basket and not pick up some of the easy fouls, the ticky-tack fouls, I would call them. Right now, Haley Jordan, she had to take a sit down in the first half because she got some quick fouls on her. And those fouls were just simply her reaching out of position, reaching, and as a result of that, you know, she's not been able to play the minutes that she would normally play in the first half.
And I think Maddie Boyd has been pretty instrumental as well. I know she got called for the offensive foul, but she seems to be the authoritarian down there in the paint. Like, you know, she kind of comes and goes as she pleases. Sometimes it's a little bit too aggressive, and she will draw the foul, as we've seen. But being just a freshman out of Canadian Texas, I mean, you got to like her future.
Oh, yeah. I mean, number one, she's coming in at about 6'1". She's young. She understands the game. She just needs more playing experience. She definitely has the body type that you want in the low post. We just need to get a little bit more production offensively out of her. But, you know, I talked to Coach Harrod, and one of the things that he likes is that she's a good low post defender. You know, she definitely has the strength and the length to definitely shut down, you know, top scorers in the low post. I know against Wayland Baptist on Thursday night, she played against Nestor, their leading scorer, who in the game before scored 40 points against the Lady Lions. And Boyd did an excellent job of keeping her well below her average in the game the other night, which helped the Lady Lions become victorious over Wayland Baptist.
And I think Maddie Boyd is just trying to find her place. She's getting in where she fits in. This is a guard-heavy basketball team.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with a lot of talent with Cameron Shelley, Haley Jordan, Kamisha Moore, Korea Kirksey, who any given night can be the leading scorer.
Yes.
This is a very unselfish basketball team. They kind of know who the hot hand is.
Yes.
And, you know, when they figure that out, they defer to that player. So,
right.
Like I said, last Thursday, it was Cameron Shelley and Korea Kirksey. You know, Brittany Rivera's played really well today. Kamisha Morris had some buckets.
Right.
But they've just got to be a little bit more in rhythm. I like the rebounding. They're out rebounding right now by 10 over PanHandle State. So they just got to figure out a way to get that dang basketball in the hoop.
Yeah, and when the guard play, when the shooting from the outside is off, it always helps to have somebody in the low post that you can just throw the ball into.
Right.
And right now, the Lady Lions, they're in the process of developing that, right, with, you know, you got Haley Jordan, but everyone knows that Haley Jordan being a 2,000-point scorer for the Lady Lions this season, or for her career. Everyone knows, hey, you know what, we're going to box Jordan, right? We're not going to let Jordan beat us. We're going to let these other girls beat us, which puts more pressure on the guards and puts more pressure on Maddie Boyd. And so that's something that, well, as far as her maturation is concerned, she needs to develop into that low post scorer, number one. And then also, too, from a recruiting standpoint, you know, Coach Harrod definitely knows what he needs to go after in the offseason to replace some of these graduating seniors here at Langston University.
Now, you know, Coach Kevin Harrod is smart enough. He's a chess player.
Yeah.
He can do a lot of different things as far as adjustments. What adjustments do you anticipate PanHandle State making? Because they're going to try and change up a few things. I think they're happy with the result right now, being up 1 point at half. I don't know if they totally expected that to happen, but what adjustments do you anticipate them making? Therefore, you know, Langston kind of counteracting with that.
Well, I think in the second half, you're going to see more out of Radonovich. Yeah, Radonovich, and you're going to see more out of Rodriguez. Those are the two players who are really making plays for PanHandle State, and then, of course, their guard play as well is something that is really stepping up. I mean, I've noticed that Sierra Tate has really been making a splash offensively and defensively for PanHandle State. And so they like the way things are looking right now for them. And as long as they're able to keep the Lady Lions out of sync or off balance, that's going to be a key to their success. The question is, what is the Lady Lions going to do to right the ship? And,
Right.
I don't necessarily know what that looks like. Against Wayland Baptist in the second half, I noticed that Coach Harrod did a really good job of applying pressure at the right times. He really, really got onto the guards about penetrating. And then also I noticed that offensively he went to more of a triangle offense where he began to rotate the ball from wing to wing, playing a three-man game between the point guard, the off guard, and the low post with a little bit of give and go and a little bit of, high pick and roll, which was very, very effective against Wayland Baptist. And then they just turned around and simply played good defense on the other side. So when we look at the things that did not look good for the Lady Lions in the first half, we saw that they had turnover problems. We saw that they're not necessarily shooting the ball well from the free throw line. We saw that they had they rebounded, but they did not capitalize on those second chance baskets. That's the areas that they really, really need to fix moving forward if they want to be victorious over PanHandle State.
1 point difference, about 25 seconds left at halftime here on PPBC TV. Langston Lady Lion basketball about to get this underway. Of course, this is all brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Get 24/7 access to your TFCU accounts. Their online and mobile banking allows you to monitor and access your accounts conveniently and securely from anywhere, anytime. Search Tinker FCU in the App Store and Google Play to download it for free and have access straight from your mobile device. All right, second half underway. Langston Lady Lion will have the basketball. Nisha Moore hands it off. And then we've got Transu right now with the basketball at the top of the key. Getting it down low off the hand of, I think, Skylar Little, goes out of bounds. It'll be PanHandle State basketball. Those are the types of turnovers you can't make in the second half.
You know what? You're right. And that was, again, a continuation of what we saw in the first half. Just miscues all over the floor in the passing game as well as just defensively.
Good
being out of
defensive
position.
play. Sierra Tate with the wing to Jemiah Clay. Kicks it out to Rodriguez. Tate for three. Gets
She
it to
drains
fall.
it. Wow.
What a bucket to make it a two-possession game. 4-point lead now for PanHandle State. Lady Lions with the basketball. Transu back to Shelley. Shelley puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded, almost rebounded by Maddie Boyd, but ended up getting it was PanHandle State. So they'll have another possession here with a 4-point lead. Sierra Tate trying to get through Cameron Shelley, gets it to the high post to Clay. Clay dribbles, puts up the shot off the glass, no good.
Rebound by Transu.
Putting it to Moore. Moore on the wing, pulls up for the jumper, can't get it to fall. Rebounded PanHandle State, but really close, and they're going to call a.
I was looking through the roster there, and I was like, wait a minute, where is Sierra Tate from? And to my surprise, she's from Fairbanks, Alaska. Wow.
Well known in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Right.
Here's PanHandle State. Olvera gets it to Clay. Clay to Tate. Tate to the high post to Radonovich. Spins. Puts up the shot. Can't get it to fall.
Good defense by Boyd.
And Maddie Boyd gets the rebound/steal. And now they score in transition.
Nice.
Cameron Shelley. That's the Lady Lion basketball
Yes.
that we know and love. Cut the deficit to 2. That was a big bucket by Shelley.
Great assist by Kamisha Moore.
PanHandle State, Olvera on the wing. Dribbles, gets it to the corner to Clay.
Oh, good defensive
Stolen.
play by Boyd.
Lady Lion basketball. Now they're kind of fighting through the press here. And Haley Jordan had it for a second. Now gets it to Boyd, to Moore, to Jordan. Down low to Transu, puts up the shot,
Yes,
gets it to
and
the ball, and draws the foul.
Nice. Much better rhythm so far.
Much better performance so far here in the third quarter, and she'll go to the free throw line for the and one, and an opportunity to take a 1-point lead. So very good possession offensively for the Lady Lions, starting to feel more comfortable here. And here is the free throw attempt for the lead. Gets it to fall.
3-point play by Transu.
PanHandle State with the basketball. Sierra Tate from Alaska bringing it up the floor. Gets it to Alvaro.
Oh,
stolen. Kamisha Moore, one-on-one.
Assist.
Dishes it to Shelley with the left-hand layup. Gets the bucket, increases the lead by 3.
Guard play starting to make a difference for the Lady Lions.
Sierra Tate overlooking that defense, and they
want
a timeout. All the momentum is on the Langston Lady Lion
32.
side. Very, very good performance so far to start this third quarter.
32-29, Lady Lions lead.
And leading the team, well, there's a tie for the lead right now. Both teams have 8. I'm not sure if this has been updated. I guess not. So I'll update you on that information as it comes in. But so far, much more comfortable. They're scoring in transition. They're creating turnovers. They're getting rebounds. What a play Maddie Boyd made down here.
Yes.
To get that steal. And then, Kamisha Moore had the steal here, dished it to Shelley. That's the normal style of basketball that I think Coach Harrod wants to see.
Yes, that's exactly what he wants to see. And that unselfish level of play, getting the ball out fast. You know, the ball always moves faster than the player. And so when the ball is moving, it always puts Langston in a positive situation because they really do like to get out and run and get the ball out in transition, out in front of competitive defenses.
Yeah, and you're starting to see them smile a little bit more now that they've gotten the lead. They're much more comfortable right now. Almost stolen by Keisha Moore. She noticed the passing lane and almost intercepted. Here's a 3-point shot.
Rebound Moore.
Here come the Lions. Gets it to Boyd. No, that's Shelley on the far side. 3-point attempt by Transu. No good.
Rebound Haley Jordan.
Puts up the shot. That's the putback. Points that they've needed that we didn't see as much in the first half, and now we're seeing it now. 5-point lead by the Lady Lions of Langston University.
34-29.
Here's Radonovich right
again,
to Haley Jordan, and she dribbles behind the back. She can play guard. She can play post, whatever you need. And there,
nice.
What a bucket by Haley Jordan. What a pass by Maddie Boyd.
That's right. Get that ball down into the low post, big to big.
Momentum is on the Lady Lions side right now, and it's a lot. Okay, so PanHandle State.
Stolen? Almost. Kamisha Moore has
she is strong.
She's
like Deion Sanders right now where she's baiting.
Yeah.
She's baiting the point guard. Make the pass, I dare you.
Yeah.
And then jump in the passing lane to get in the steal. Here's a 3-point attempt. No good. Fighting for the rebound. To Boyd, to Moore. Moore.
Nice.
Finds Transu, puts up the shot, gets called for the foul. She'll go to the line once again. Great ball distribution. This is a very unselfish basketball team.
And that's exactly what they want. From rebound to transition, they want to get out, they want to run. Guard play being the key to the Lady Lions' success.
Cameron Shelley's going to take a breather. In comes Korea Kirksey. You talk about interchangeable. I mean, there's no drop-off whatsoever.
No, Coach Harrod does a really good job of running with 9 and sometimes 10 players, per game.
Misses the first free throw. That's something that the Lady Lions definitely do need to improve on going forward, not just today, but down the road. Here's the second free throw attempt. Now that one falls. More often than not, you miss the first one, but very rarely do they miss the second one. So
37-29, Langston Lions lead. Lady Lions lead.
Here's Sierra Tate overlooking the defense, trying to decide how she wants to go about it. Gets it to the high post. There's a jump shot. No good. Rebound of Maddie Boyd. Here we go. Now the corner to Kirksey. Kirksey drives. Puts up the shot. It's rebounded by PanHandle State. I think she slipped down there on the baseline just a little bit.
Yeah, she did. She lost her footing as she was going in to try the layup. That's why she didn't get the foul call.
Moore is all over Olvera.
Oh, that's a travel.
Didn't get called. They're trapping her right now. Kamisha Moore is just playing outstanding defense, making it tough. Three-point shot in the corner, no good. Rebounded Haley Jordan. So to Kamisha Moore. Sliding. Couple slick spots here.
That looked a little bit like Curly Deal. A little bit of Marcus Haynes action there.
Haley Jordan gets the ball, spins, puts up the jumper, can't get it to fall, and PanHandle comes up with the rebound. Rodriguez. Korea Kirksey's right there to kind of defend it. Here's PanHandle State down 8 points. It's the corner to Rodriguez, down low.
Stolen. Guess who?
Kamisha Moore throws full court to Transu, puts up the shot.
And the assist by Moore.
Great pass and catch and shoot. I mean, it's just as they drew it up there. 10-point difference. Lady Lions with double-digit lead. 3:35 left in the third quarter.
Oh my God, that was a long three-quarter pass up the court there by Moore.
And makes it look easy. There's a three-point shot, and that was a big bucket by PanHandle State. They needed that.
Yeah, 39-32.
So
lead.
Kamisha Moore going to bring it up the court, listening to Coach Harrod. Kind of call out the play. Now she goes right, gives it to Jordan. Jordan to Kirksey. Kirksey tried to get Jordan down low. That was a good
draw. That was an excellent call.
So it'll be PanHandle State. Maddie Boyd's coming out. Kamisha Moore's coming out. Skylar Little is in the game, as well as Quinae Love. So, I mean, that is a sign of a good team when you can play
10 players,
a lot of players like that.
Yeah.
Keep fresh legs out there on the court. PanHandle doesn't have that luxury. There's the turnaround jumper and a fight for the rebound. A jump ball. That's Skylar Little.
That's possession, Lady Lions.
That's got to be.
Yes.
All right, so
Rivera checks into the game for Transu.
All right, so Lady Lions are going to try and increase their lead. They're up 7 right now, 2:40 left in the third. Here's Skylar Little dribbling around. Quinae Love to Haley Jordan. Now Rivera drives. Makes the extra pass when she really didn't have to.
Yeah, she was right there.
She could have easily pulled up for the jump shot.
Yeah.
But that's what they do. They share the basketball really, really well. And that's easier to correct than the other way. You know.
Jordan.
What a bucket.
Oh, my God.
The arch on that shot.
And I thought she was fouled.
I don't think she caught glass, but it worked out.
Yeah.
All right. PanHandle State with the basketball. Down 9.
Breakdown defensively.
Jemiah Clay with the bucket.
Yeah, that was
back
a defensive
to 7.
breakdown by the Lady Lions.
Here's Quinae Love. To Little. Quinae Love thought about pulling up and a travel. It was close.
Yeah.
Close call.
Yeah, this officiating crew, they're not letting them get away with a whole lot.
All right, here's Sierra Tate. Moving the ball. Back to Tate on the wing. Loses her dribble. Gets rid of it to Clay down low. Rivera doing a great job defending her. Making it tough. Haley Jordan's all over Sierra Tate right now. You can see the length. Almost stolen by Kirksey, but they're going to put up the shot. Rebound to Rivera. What a play. Gets it to Love. Now they're pushing it up the floor. Solid defensive possession for the Langston Lady Lions. Quinet's going to dribble right. Rivera gets it on the wing. Back to, that's Kirksey at the top of the key. She puts up the shot, no good. Fighting for the rebound, and Sierra Little getting in the mix. They're going to call a jump ball.
Yep, possession, PanHandle State.
So PanHandle State will bring the basketball up. 1 minute left in the third quarter. So far, this second half has been all Langston Lady Lion basketball. Renee Love just trying to get in front of her, keep it in front of her. What a play. Somehow they come up with it, turn around, get the bucket. That was an impressive bucket by Diana Santos.
Yeah, Santos being in the right place.
Haley Jordan backs up. Tried to get it to Skylar.
Yep. Yeah, she
took a bad bounce, goes out of bounds.
41-36, 36 seconds left in the period.
Sierra Tate's going to take their sweet time. There is a shot clock, so Langston will have at least one more opportunity before the quarter ends. And there's Tate. What a
block by Skylar Little.
Read that perfectly. Sent that out of bounds. PanHandle will retain possession. Good defensive play by Skylar Little out of Murrieta, California. Sierra Tate gets the handoff, puts up the shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts up the shot, and it is not good, but she got fouled.
Yep.
So she'll go to the free throw line.
Wow, 16 seconds.
I think she's shooting her first free throws of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Jada Spence checking into the game for Haley Jordan.
So at this point of the game, their free throws are, even more important to the team that is not leading in the game, which is Oklahoma PanHandle, and she misses the first one, her first free throw attempt today.
Yeah, those are points that you can score when the clock's not running.
Right. 41-37, 15 seconds left. Langston could add on to their lead if they can get a bucket here. Korea Kirksey down low to Rivera. Off the glass.
Nice by Rivera.
She'll go to the line for and one.
Nice play. She took a shot to the face, I think. She's kind of grabbing at the bridge of her nose there.
Right. Tough young athlete,
Tough athlete, but she does so many things well for the Lady Lions. She really needs to take her time there and sink this one. Rims out, rebound, Lady Lions.
And the bucket.
Putback. Yes, excellent job by Jada
And that's
Spence.
the end of the third quarter.
Yes.
What a way to end it. Lady Lions of Langston University, 43. PanHandle State, 37. As we go into the 45. I was going to say, I felt like that was
45-37.
Yeah, 45-37 as we go into the first quarter. Much different look in the third quarter than we saw in the entire first half.
Well, it's like the guards kind of woke up, and then, of course, we had some outstanding, unselfish play by Rivera and Maddie Boyd in the low post. Then Haley Jordan woke up. And then, of course, the forced turnovers by who? Miss Kamisha Moore.
Been all over the place defensively.
All over the place. Like every time you turn around, she's getting the ball going the other way. I mean, I talked to her a little bit in the pregame, Swick, and let me tell you, I said, hey, first of all, I want to know where you're from. How did you come here? Because I really like your game. I mean, I'm talking to the superintendent, and we talk about her game because she's very unassuming. But when she plays with a level of athleticism that really jumps out at you in terms of her ability to not only just score, but her ability to make moves on the floor, both offensively and defensively, that clearly separates her from other players.
Well, I like what she's bringing to the table mentally because she's kind of thinking a little bit of two plays ahead she's baiting some of those point guards to, okay, hey, you got an open man here.
Yeah.
I want you to throw it there so I can get in the passing lane, make the steal, and take it full court for the points in transition.
And it's very much like Deion Sanders.
Right. Absolutely. She makes up for it with speed.
Yes, she does.
The entire first half, Langston Lady Lions shot 29% from the field. So far in the third quarter, 60%. So the shot's falling much more efficiently here in the third quarter. Hopefully that continues in the fourth quarter, starting right now. So speaking of Kamisha Moore, she's got the basketball. Maddie Boyd tries to get it down low to Jordan. Left-handed, in and out.
A little strong.
Rebounded PanHandle State.
Hey, but that wasn't bad. Good little high-low play. Boyd to Jordan. They need to go back to that.
I mean, yeah, if you keep doing that, just the percentages are going to work out. There we go. Here we go. Kamisha Moore.
And the assist to Cameron Shelley. Wow.
Beautiful basketball right there.
Nice 1-2 punch. Great backcourt.
Now they increase their lead to 10, 47-37, 9:20 left in the fourth quarter. Sierra Tate to Jemiah Clay, who tried to make the extra pass, and it was basically stolen. Now it's a fight for the loose ball. They're going to call a jump ball. Not sure. I guess it's
possession. Can't tell. I'm looking at the clock is pointing towards.
I don't know how many jump balls we've had so far in this game, but I feel like 3 or 4 of them have went to PanHandle State, and only 1 has went to Langston.
Yeah. Well, looking at
that's what it feels like.
What is that?
44. Okay, I'm not sure, but Jemiah Clay's coming out, and Diana Santos is coming in for PanHandle State. So PanHandle State will have possession here and inbound the basketball from the baseline. A little bit of confusion here between the officials. I don't know if it's a scoreboard issue or what.
I think it's a clock issue. Oh, okay.
All right,
so they have the ability to look at instant replay in this game.
Okay. So they're trying to get on the same page with the stat keepers, the score keepers, the clock manager, and they seem to be on the same page now. So
okay.
And that's going to go off the leg, I think, of Kamisha Moore. Remain PanHandle State basketball. And again, a little bit of confusion here on the floor that they're trying to work out. And not sure what the holdup is now. That they're good. Okay, PanHandle State inbounds it to Santos, puts up the shot, and I guess she draws the foul.
Yeah, who are
from
they gonna
Cameron
call
Shelley, I think. We'll see if that is the player indeed, but this will be Santos's first free throw attempts. Trying to cut the deficit down to single digits. She's going to have to make some free throws if that's the case. Okay, they're going to call the foul on Transu, not Cameron Shelley. So that'll be her first foul in the third quarter. Here we go. Santos puts up the free throw. No good. Still a 10-point deficit. She'll have one more attempt here. Lady Lions been good about rebounding the basketball.
Yeah, they have.
Today. Puts up the shot, in and out, missed both of them.
Haley Jordan on the rebound.
Misha Moore dribbling. On the right side at the wing. Now she's going to back up a little bit. Let her teammates get open. Gives it to Boyd. Turns around, still has her dribble, gives it back to Moore. Moore. Top of the key. Durant, what a pass to Haley Jordan in traffic.
Rims out.
Wasn't able to knock down the shot, but great pass by Moore. PanHandle State will have an opportunity right now. Heidi Rodriguez.
Oh,
stolen by Moore.
Wow.
One-on-one, gives it to her teammate, Transu, right
Wow,
hand.
nice
Buckets.
vision. Excellent vision by Moore.
She's had several steals in this game. I'm going to pull up her statistics here momentarily, but we've got a timeout here
PanHandle
on
State.
All right. That is pretty impressive.
Yeah, can you?
Moore has 4 steals in this game.
She has more steals than 4. I'm going to tell you that now. They're not giving her credit for her steals. She has more than 4 steals. I think I've seen at least about 7.
Right. Right now, Haley Jordan is leading the Lady Lions in scoring with 14 points, as well as 6 rebounds, 3 of them offensively.
Yeah.
Rivera's got 4 offensive rebounds, only 2 points, and Transu has 12 points. So, and many of those points coming off the steal from Kamisha Moore.
Right. Moore's not really focusing in on scoring because she could, on those fast breaks, keep them and take it all the way to the basket. But it's like she's really focusing in on her assist game and her defensive game, playing very unselfishly, setting other players up for success.
100%. And if I'm Kamisha Moore's teammate and I see her get the steal, I know I'm going to get an opportunity to score if I hustle down there and kind of follow.
Now you got to run fast.
Right.
Because she's got it gone.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 49-37 lead for the Lady Lions right now over the Oklahoma PanHandle State basketball team. Sierra Tate gets it to the high post to Radonovich, and kind of a jump ball opportunity in, Jada Radonovich, who was leading the PanHandle State in the first half, hasn't scored once in the second half.
Wow.
So
great adjustment by Lady Lions.
They've definitely been making it tougher for her to get open looks and take high percentage shots. Here's Kamisha Moore to Boyd at the high post. Back to Moore. Bad pass. Tried to get it to Skylar Little.
Yeah.
Is that Haley Jordan? I can't really tell. All right, so PanHandle State will have an opportunity to cut it to 10 if they can get just a bucket. Now, what a block
by Haley Jordan.
She's going to take it coast to coast, jump off the glass buckets. They get to the 51 mark for the game. It's been all Lady Lion basketball in the second half. Tate to the right side, drives, puts up the floater, no good.
Rebound, Moore.
She's driving in and out of traffic. Cameron Shelley gets it, back to Boyd. Boyd pulls up for the jumper, can't get it to fall. Rebounded. Transu, going to say maybe
on the floor.
She was fouled on the floor.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I did not think she stepped out of bounds.
Nah, she didn't. So we got Little and we got Kirksey checking into the game.
And Transu's going to come out as Haley Jordan, who's had a monster third quarter.
Yeah. Haley Jordan, one of my favorite Lady Lion basketball players. Superintendent Wood, she loves Haley Jordan. That's her little buddy. Always teasing her, telling her she needs to do more push-ups.
Boyd fighting through the double team, gets the bucket off the glass.
By Boyd.
53-37. Lady Lions with the lead. Here's PanHandle State with the basketball. O'Vera's going to call out the play and have to fight through the defense by Korea Kirksey, and that's going to be out of bounds. They're going to say off the hand or off the leg of a Lady Lion. I didn't exactly see it.
Love checking in for Moore.
So they'll inbound the basketball to Radonovich. Spins, kicks it out to Rodriguez. Loses control, stolen by Cameron Shelley, and stolen back. Here's Olvera.
Oh, I thought those were steps right there.
I did too.
Great play by Boyd.
Stolen. Cameron Shelley, full court pass, gets the shot off and the bucket.
That play in transition was initiated by the low post defense of Boyd getting the steal.
55-37, 6:15 left in this basketball game. PanHandle kind of trying to figure out how to get a bucket right now, and they
got a
get
foul.
fouled, so they'll have some free throw opportunities. And man,
they're going to call that on Maddie Boyd. Second personal. You know, she's played very well down in the low post to only have 2 fouls.
Right.
One of them is an offensive foul.
Here's the first shot in and out. Yeah, right now free throws are going to be your most open shot
right.
for PanHandle State, and it's extremely important for their sake to knock them down. He missed the first one and made the second one, so they get to the 38 mark.
Boyd checking out of the game. Jada Spence coming in for Maddie Boyd.
Here's Quinae Love bringing the ball up the court. Skylar Little to Quinae Love. Spence now. Kirksey finds a little bit of room. Oh, what a move. Left hand off the glass. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Fake the outside. Got the defender leaning left, and she goes right for the wide open layup. That was great play. All right. PanHandle State, the high post, drives. Jamae Clay spinning.
Altered shot. They call a foul on Skylar Little.
So she'll go to the line for 2. Really, really strong, fourth quarter so far by Langston Lady Lions. Makes the first one. Appreciate everybody tuning in this Saturday afternoon here on PPBC TV for Lady Lion basketball, sponsored by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Makes the second shot. 17-point lead for the Lady Lions. They were down 1 at half. It's been much different this second half here at CF Gales Fieldhouse.
Well, they had to go down into the locker room with Coach Harrod and had to take their talking to.
That's right. Here's a three-point attempt.
Nice, Kirksey.
Korea Kirksey, originally from Midwest City High School, showcasing her three-point shooting ability. Knocks it down. There's Radonovich, who I think she's taken maybe 2 shots. That's her third, is 0 for 3.
Oh, wow.
Sierra Tate comes in there and gets the rebound. Spins, puts up the shot,
draws the foul and gets
the N1.
Gets the N1. Good move by Tate.
That was a hustle play for her to get
the rebound and then take it back up.
So she'll have 1 free throw opportunity. Time's starting to run out for PanHandle State, and they just seem to be sinking faster, but they made a play right there to kind of keep them in it.
4:50.
Comes Quinae Love.
In the game.
Top of the key to Skylar Little, back to Love. They kind of start out their half court the same way.
Yep.
There's Kirksey. Jada Spence for 3. Can't get it to go. Fighting for a rebound. It's Rivera who saves it back to Spence.
Play by Rivera.
Puts up the shot. She'll go to the free throw line. What a play by Brittany Rivera to keep the play alive.
Yeah, and got the ball back to Spence. Spence being in the right position. Tries to go back up, and she's fouled, and now she's shooting 2.
17-point lead right now, and they'd love to increase it to 19 if possible here. There's some substitutions for both teams. Santos is coming in for Clay on PanHandle's side, and Haley Jordan's back in the game.
Yep. Jordan's coming back in
for Skylar Little, and
Moore's back in
place of Quinae Love.
And Shea Rout is waiting to come in. Obviously, she's coming in for the shooter. Jada Spence.
Jada's gonna put up the shot, gets it to fall. 61-43. They can get to the 62 mark. She makes the second shot here. Gets it to fall. 2 for 2.
Substitution. Shea Rout in for Jada Smith.
Now, if the Lady Lions can hold on, this will be another really good conference win to improve the record to 16-4, but got to keep competing for another 4 minutes, 23 seconds. Here we go, Olvera for PanHandle State. Sierra Tate. Olvera to Tate. Back and forth, gets it to Radonovich. Santos turns around, puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded Haley Jordan.
Yeah, Santos had the mismatch. Cross-court pass.
Can't get it to fall. PanHandle State gets the stop. Try and close the gap as much as they can on this possession. Ooh, corner.
Bad pass, mishandled, turnover. Langston Lion basketball.
Got the sound effect down there. That's great. All right, so looks like Haley Jordan's going to inbound it to Kamisha Moore. Is Kamisha Moore the best ball handler on this team as far as dribbling?
You know, she's up there for sure. I mean, they have several guards who can play the point guard position, you know, between Moore and Kirksey.
Here's
Shea Rout.
Puts up the shot, no good. Fighting for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. That's got to be off
the
PanHandle State. It'll be
right.
Langston Lady Lion basketball.
Yeah.
But Cameron Shelley has had her moments.
Yeah, Cameron Shelley can handle the ball very, very well. Kirksey handles it well. Moore handles it extremely well. I mean, Love has also come in at the point guard position. So, you know, you're talking about a treasure chest of gems out there for, you know, different types of players.
Here's Rout for 3.
Bingo.
Knocks it down, makes it look easy there.
Yep, Shea Rout. Transfer from Southeastern in Florida.
22-point lead for the Langston Lady Lions. PanHandle State goes out of bounds off the hand of a Lady Lion. Not sure who touched it. 3 minutes, 3 seconds left in the game. Tatel inbound. Running out of time, got rid of it to Radonovich. Fakes, drives,
She's coming
spins,
back.
Puts it up, no good.
Good defense,
solid
rebound
defense
by
the
Rivera.
Lady Lions. Kamisha Moore tried to complete the pass.
Yep, a little long.
Kind of took a weird angle there as well. PanHandle State. Not in any hurry. I mean, they're only down 22 points with 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Almost.
Rivera almost making another steal. There's a
Nice.
three-point shot. Rodriguez, and that's a quick little timeout. Right?
Yep,
I think
timeout.
so. Okay. Yeah, 65-46, 2:33 left in the fourth quarter. This broadcast being sponsored by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Again, check out their website, tinkerfcu.org. Grow your savings with the one you trust. TFCU has savings accounts and special share certificates that make your money work for you. Visit tinkerfcu.org for more details, and we appreciate them being the sponsor here on PPBC TV. Senior Day, we haven't exactly gotten to see the Langston Lion Marching Band play a lot so far. I'm sure they will be getting loud immediately after this game before the boys' game tips off this afternoon.
Yeah, the Marching Pride will definitely light this place up as soon as this game is over with for the most part. And then, of course, when the men's basketball team take the floor, that's typically where you begin to see, you know, the place begin to fill up, simply because you're talking about two-time back-to-back Sooner Athletic Conference champions in the last 2 years under second-year head coach Chris Wright.
Right. And they're the top-ranked HBCU basketball team in the country.
Yes, they are, and has the largest turnaround in college basketball history.
That's right, and that says something. There's Haley Jordan. Ooh, completes the pass. There's Route.
Ribs out. Rebound, Jordan.
Up and under, gets the bucket.
Done.
What a play. Adds to their lead, 67-46, 21-point lead right now with 2 minutes, 5 seconds left in the the fourth quarter. Sierra Tate on the right side to Radonovich, who has not been very effective this second half. Travel, Diana Santos, that'll be a turnover on Panhandle State. Give the ball back to the Lady Lions. Minute 54 left. Late substitution for Kamisha Moore. Quinay Love's coming in the game. And so it's almost a steal. It is a steal.
Yeah.
Panhandle. Deep desperation three, no good. And it's going to go right at Route. Route to Quinay Love.
Langston got numbers.
Rivera.
Oh,
nice.
Low
to open. Haley Jordan with the bucket.
Assist by Rivera. In fact, Jordan was so wide open, it scared her.
She didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Here's Rodriguez with a three, no good.
I mean, she's letting it fly from way out there.
Offensive rebound, and Radonovich back to Rodriguez. Wouldn't be surprised if she puts it up again. Corner three, in and out, rebounded, Lady Lions. 1 minute left. Quinay Love gives it to Rivera. Jordan goes right through the legs, right again, spins, left hand off the glass. It's good.
They're going to call travel?
They're going to call travel. Said she made one extra step.
Really? Did you see it?
I thought it was close.
You thought it was close?
I thought it was close.
Okay, all right.
She kind of went right and then left and then spun.
Okay.
So I think she snuck in a little extra step, just a little bit, just to be fair. 50 seconds left in this game. Next up for the Lady Lions will be next Thursday, February 22nd, when they go to Fort Worth, Texas to take on Texas Wesleyan University. Here's Panhandle. Down low. Santos off the glass. No good, but she'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Jatalia Williams.
So only 3 regular season games left for the Langston Lady Lions before they get their conference tournament underway at early March, first week of March. And the goal is to win that, get a good seed in the national tournament.
That's right.
And try to compete for a national championship. It's the MO for Coach Herod in this basketball team. Here's Quinay Love with 25 seconds left. She drives baseline, puts up the shot, rebound of Panhandle State. Sierra Tate. Just going to dribble this out. 15 seconds left. I mean, the writing is on the wall here. It's going to be another victory.
Then Rivera fouls her. She just can't help but to play defense. Right?
I don't blame her.
She's just like, I just can't let you have this little easy layup. I just can't let you have it.
You know, they look at film very closely. She doesn't want that on her record today.
Right.
I don't believe it. So, but Lady Lions can improve their conference record to 16-4. They're number 2 in the Sooner Athletic Conference, and it's been a great year of basketball for this team and Coach Herod. Here's a late three off the glass, no good. Final score, 20-point victory for the Lady Lions of Langston University. They win the game 69-49. Gary, final thoughts.
I tell you what, it was the tale of two halves.
Right, very true.
Went into halftime down by 1 point, not necessarily in sync, not playing up to their normal standard. Go in. Coach Herod gathers the troops and then they come out a new team in the second half,
right?
Accustomed to what we are used to seeing.
Much more efficient on offense. You know, first half shot 29%, in the third quarter shot 60%, fourth quarter shot 55%. So they figured it out. They fought through adversity. I think this is going to do wonders for them going forward as far as a confidence standpoint. When they do get in these tough games,
right.
They know how to react. They know just to remain focused and take it one possession at a time. That's all you can do. So
right.
really good stuff, but big victory for the Lady Lions of Langston University. Appreciate everybody tuning in to PPBC TV for Langston Lion basketball. The boys game is coming up next. Ranked, are they ranked number one in NAIA or number two?
Number 2 in NAIA, of course, number 1 in the conference.
That's right, and they're looking to add on to their overall record, conference record here shortly. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Gary Woods, for having me. Anytime I get the opportunity to broadcast Langston Lion basketball, I grab hold of it, I take advantage of it, and it's been a good day. Coming up for the boys game, we'll have Maurice Prince come in for play-by-play. I've got to make my way to districts on the high school level. It's a big weekend of basketball.
Yes, it is.
And I appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, this broadcast is sponsored by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Stay with us. There's more LU basketball coming up here shortly in about 20 minutes. And got pregame show coming up here even shorter, so stick around. A lot more basketball left here on this Saturday. Have a great day. Thank you for tuning in to PPBC TV. We'll be back shortly.
Test, test, test.
Give me one. Yep.
Good afternoon from CF Gales on Marcus Haynes Court for LU Homecoming and Senior Day. It continues, sponsored by TFCU. Grow your savings with one you trust. TFCU has savings accounts and special share certificates that make your money work for you. Visit tinkerfcu.org for more details. Tremendous call from earlier today. Just a few minutes ago, you saw the Langston women have an outstanding second half in the game. Kudos to my partner, Jay Swig, and Coach Woods. You guys did a great job on the call of that game.
Thank you very much, Mo. I tell you, watching that game from the beginning, that first half, it was just like, wow, this is kind of shaky. But the Lady Lions got it on track coming out of halftime and put together two nice quarters and put quite the distance between them and PanHandle State winning by 20.
Now the team, of course, Langston now focuses on Oklahoma PanHandle State. Thursday night we saw Langston beat Wayland Baptist 70-65. That crowned Langston back-to-back regular season champions for the Sooner Athletic Conference and extended their home winning streak to 29 games. Now, it was not a typical game for the Lions. The Lions never quit in the contest, but they had to fight down the stretch. They had a lot on their mind, Gary. And again, when you have a team member that's down going through some troubles, it can cause the team to be a little distracted.
Yeah, you're right, Mo. And you actually, the Lions had two players out. Of course, Sharif Knox, and of course, we talked about it on Thursday night. He tragically lost his father, and so Sharif had to leave Langston and go back to Philadelphia to be with his family and help to take care of those affairs. And like I said, we wished him well, and our prayers and thoughts were with him as he did travel back. But Sharif is back tonight, and so I had an opportunity to visit with Coach Wright and asked him, I said, hey, you know, how's Sharif doing? And they was like, he's doing as well as he can be. And I said, so is he going to play? Coach Wright looked at me and said, we're starting him tonight. So again, that's Coach Wright supporting and making sure that he gets Sharif engaged, because being such a young man, losing your father like that is something that is definitely something that is devastating, and you need your family around you. And so Sharif knows that he has his Langston family around him. And then also he had Jaquavius Lennox, who was out. You know, Jaquavius is suffering with an ankle injury that is just a nagging sort of injury, and so he won't be playing. And those are two key players that the Lions needed against Wayland Baptist, because when it comes down to defensive pressure and the ability to give fouls and also have the appropriate rotation, they were missing two key pieces.
And when you're talking about going back to Sharif Knox, sometimes that's some of the beauty of sports. It provides sometimes extra family, if you will, extra support, where those can get that. And sometimes being in this environment, it doesn't take away from exactly what's going on. But for a little while, you can find yourself in a peaceful place. And sometimes it's here, it's between two baskets on the court.
Right. And, you know, Sharif has been a young man who's grown up playing basketball. This has always been a refuge for him. Basketball has been his way of being able to progress as a young man, go and get his education. Of course, he started his career out at Coppin State, Division I, playing basketball, and then transferred to Talladega, under Coach Wright. And then when Coach Wright came here to Langston, he brought Sharif with him. And so I know a little bit about Sharif's story, and it's a very, very powerful one. And so that young man has come a long way. And so for him to suffer loss the way he has is, again, devastating. But at the same time, the good news is that he has people who are close to him. He has a basketball family, and and also a coach and Coach Wright who knows him personally, knows his family, and is able to effectively, support him and nurture him through this process.
Now, turning the page a little bit to this game this afternoon here, homecoming seniors. This team has 9 seniors on it, and for these guys, it's their last regular season home game. Now, there's a very good chance that they'll be playing some playoffs here,
right,
so it's not necessarily there. But on top of that, Gary, 29-game winning streak at home.
Right.
If you get to 30,
yeah.
What kind of message does that send about the program across the – because anytime you say I have won 30 games at home, that's an impressive feat.
Well, I think, number one, you send the message throughout NAIA that, walking in the Gales, you're up against it. And then when you come into a game-time atmosphere where, like it was on Thursday night when it was Greek night, or when you come in today where not only are you dealing with fans who, are riding the wave of success of championship basketball here at on Marcus Haynes Court in the Zip Gales Arena. And then, of course, you got the Langston Lion Marching Pride to contend with as well. It makes it a very, very potent game day atmosphere. It makes it a very tough place to come in and walk out with a victory.
No doubt about that, no doubt. And so as the team gets ready to play and gets all fired up, and I think it's going to be good tonight. They're going to come out a little bit more fired up. With Sharif in the house,
yes,
I just think everybody's going to feel that way. Not taking anything away from the injured, you said, Jaquavius
Lennox, yes.
Yeah, but not taking anything away from him. But having Sharif back, this is going to be that game to help him with some of those emotions, and I just think the team's going to come out to a faster start.
Right.
We were not used to seeing the game that they played against Wayland Baptist.
No.
That's not the type of team this is, and I think today was going to be more of a typical experience that they see this time around.
Let me say this, and I talked to Coach Wright about it earlier in the season. One of the things that he knows for sure, and the reason why Sharif plays such a key role for the Lions basketball team, is that when he's on the floor, the Lions are plus 12 over their opponents. And that's because he does so many of the intangibles that's needed to lift this team to the next level. Now, with Jaquavius Thomas as well, he's a key player, but when you have Sharif on the floor, he knows where everyone is supposed to be. He understands the defensive assignments, and he is like that floor leader that truly does make a difference for this team.
Yeah, last time these two teams played, it was a 40-point blowout. Langston beat them 83-40. We're going to pause real quick for the playing of the national anthem, and then we'll get ready to starting lineups, and then talk about 2 players that are on a 50-player, I guess on a top 50 watch list. We'll talk about that in just a second here. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. Gary, you know, always beautiful to hear the Langston University Marching Pride do that.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, Gary, let's talk about it real quick. They're about to get to starting lineups in just a minute, but Anthony Roy and Toro Dean named to the 2024 Bevo Francis Top 50 watch list, and they're about 13,000 different players in this country, 13,000 to 16,000 athletes playing in NAIA small college ball.
Right.
And to be in the top 50 of that is saying a lot.
Yeah, you know, so both of those young men, of course, Toro Dean transferring in from Miami, Florida, and then, of course, Anthony Roy, the New Mexico state transfer. You know, both of these guys, Division I level guys, along with so many others that are on this roster. They're being, you know, Anthony Roy being just a scoring machine,
right?
High volume shooter and scorer, and standing at 6'6" at the wing, left-handed, and then of course you got Toro Dean, the point guard, standing at 6'2". He's just a double-double magnet, you know, in terms of assists and scoring, and so both of those guys, outstanding basketball players. But let me say this. They're not the only ones. They're just the ones who are getting the love. I mean, when you start looking at DeMonte Brown and Ronald Mitchell, and you're looking at, you know, Tarver and so many other players that are on this roster, Langston probably has about 9 players who project to go and play at the professional level at some level, whether it be Europe or, you know, Italy or wherever, you know, Israel or wherever they're going to be playing. These guys have the ability to go and play, and that's just the caliber of player that Coach Wright recruits, you know, into Langston University, and so the standard has been raised quite high, because, you know, it kind of makes it hard when you're getting D1 guys that are coming here to Langston University. You know, it just totally changes the complexion of not just the level of play, but also too, just in terms of the direction in which this program is going.
Right. And to me, anytime that you have that, again, to me, these are team awards that individuals get acknowledged for.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's because of the team that they have around them, as you just said. That's what makes this all special all the way through.
Yeah.
So the Aggies just got introduced. Now it's time for the starting lineup for the Langston Lions starting lineup for this afternoon.
Different lineup today. Toro Dean starting at point guard. DeMonte Brown, usually the 6th man, Mr. Double-Double. He averages double-digit points and rebounds per game. DeMonte Brown transferred from Miami-Dade. Mr. Tovar, the 6'10" post player, transferred from New Mexico State. Cortez Mosley, Mr. Do-It-All, plays all positions. Junior college transfer, top-notch player. Defensive Player of the Year last year, and Mr. Sharif Knox, Division I transfer from Coppin State. So again, as I go over these guys and their background, these ain't just regular guys.
No, they're not. not by a long stretch. So we're ready to get it tipped off this afternoon. It's homecoming and senior night, senior afternoon, if you want to call it that way,
right.
Regardless of what it is. But one thing I expect this team to come out tonight is with a lot of energy. So if you had some keys to the game today, what would it be for this men's team?
Well, the same thing that Coach Wright demands of them. Number one, you got to defend. There's zero tolerance for breaking down defensively. Number two, you have to take care of the basketball. No turnovers. And then number three, you got to make your free throws. That's going to be extremely important. Whenever Langston has not done those three things, that's when they've struggled. And then the games in which they've struggled against, whether it be Sagu, whether it be where they lost, the one game that they lost this season, or whether it be at LSU Shreveport, where they went into overtime, or against Wayland Baptist last week, it's because they didn't execute in those three areas.
And getting back to what you do well, is that something that this team definitely needs to do, and let's see if they can come out. Toro Dean with the ball, dribbling up top the circle. Ball in the hands now, of course, of Mosley, swinging it back around to number 44, Sharif Knox, getting the start, and they're going to call Knox for a travel there at the top.
Mosley came off of a 25-point game on Thursday night against.
Yeah, all in the second half. I mean, he just went off in the second half of that game. Didn't get anything in the first, but he did something in the second.
25 in the second.
Exactly. All right, the ball in the hands now, dribbling around is Amari Brown. The ball's going to get deflected out of bounds. Taki Chivius was also in the area.
They're going to call Sharif Knox for a foul. His first personal.
So one foul we have early in this contest, 19:31. We're barely into the first half of this game. So lining up, here we go. Inbounding the ball from underneath the goal. Ball in the hand and letting it fly is Joe Greaves.
Rebound Mosley.
So Mosley coming up with the rebound. Ball across the timeline now. Toro Dean getting the ball down low, of course, to Tovar. Tovar turns and fires over the top. Shooting over the big man down there, shooting over Sherlock Padmore.
Yeah, he actually took one dribble, pivot across the middle of the lane, jump hook, real nice and easy.
Yeah, Kareem would have been nice, happy on that one. Working the ball up top, nearly stolen there by Brown. Causes a scramble at the top. Ball in the left wing. Back up top. Finding some space in the lane, driving down Main Street. Tovar affected it. And, of course, Cortez Mosley ends up picking up the change.
Great team D by the Lions.
Dean over to the left wing. Brown fires a three, wide open. Shot no good. Sharif Knox coming up. Oh, this ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It will be Aggie ball. All right.
A little bit of a different lineup for the Langston Lions in that DeMonte Brown gets to start, but this is a combination that has been very, very productive for the Lions all season long.
Toro Dean covering at the top here against Brown. Brown driving down, being turned away by the defense. Nice job. Chivius into the lane, kicks it back out for a three-point shot to Vyson Miller, and Miller shoots the three and scores the ball there and puts the Aggies up by one.
Yeah, that was a good look by Miller. He was able to pull the ball nicely, got it in rotation. 3-2.
Mosley at the top, hands off to Dean. Brown looking for some space to operate, kicks it over to Tez. Tez wheeling and dealing at the top. Pass to the right wing, driving inside goes Dean. Dean drops it down to Tovar. Tovar draws contact. He's going to go to the free throw line, Gary.
Yeah, he got himself a little bit too deep underneath the basket, but the good thing is that whenever you get paint touches, it puts you in a position to where you can at least draw a foul and get a second chance opportunity at the free throw line.
So getting to the free throw line, the Lions have been awesome at that all season long, 75%. They were a little slow at first in the first half of the game against Wayland, but then picked it up in the second half of the game.
Yeah, that's a vital part of their success. Now what they have to do is make these free throws.
Tovar knocks down or misses the first one. Still down by one, 17:39 to go.
Got some substitutions. Majox just put into the game, transfer from San Jose State.
So Kuth is in there, Majak Kuth, so everybody knows where we get that from. Tovar off the back rim of that one. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, but it will be Langston basketball.
You know, I like saying Majock's name so much I don't call him by his last name. I just call him Majock. I just like saying it, Majock.
17:39 to go. Langston to inbound the ball from underneath their own goal.
He's 6'7" forward. Another one of the seniors who's celebrating senior night tonight.
Yeah, from Salt Lake City, Utah. Mm-hmm. And again, looks like the officials are coordinating something at the scorer's table here. Or they're trying to make sure the substitution was checked in.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. Okay, we're back to live action now. Ball in, and
Mosley.
Cortez gets one in early on this one.
Nice alley-oop to Cortez Mosley on the inbound.
Ball across the timeline now. Ball downstream.
Up.
Trying to go down the street, and we got a charge. Now, we're going to get the moisture off the floor here before the action continues. But, Gary, that was something that you and Swick had to deal with a little bit.
Whoa. They actually called foul on Mosley. No?
Okay, wait. Okay, so the foul is going to be team foul number 2 against Langston.
Wow, they call that foul on Mosley.
Working the ball around. Back up top. Ball near the logo now.
Sorry, he didn't call on Mosley. He called on Torudin.
Okay, Brown has the ball. Now firing up is Miller. Miller fires a three. This time, careens around and ends up in the hands of DeMonte Brown. Brown gets it over to Dean. Dean setting the offense. Screen at the top. Dean wheels and deals. Finds Tovar on the box. On the block. Tovar goes in and they're going to call him.
They called him for the hook.
Yeah, now that was something that was really identified in the first game, especially the first half of the game, first and second quarter of the girls' game, that arm. Can you describe a little bit, Gary, and paint that for what, folks are seeing on TV right now on PPBC TV, that hook?
Yeah.
Why is it different? Because sometimes the athletes aren't, but if you put the arm around, some of the officials are calling it a little early.
Yeah, it's almost like an offensive hold, right? You get the opportunity to move a defender out of position with the offhand as you're trying to make your way around them, basically pinning them and not enable the defender to step as you step. So, they're kind of, blocked by Tovar.
Tovar affected the first one, but they were able to get the putback back in. And Coach Wright not happy about the position because it takes players to be in the right spot. He doesn't mind the athleticism, but he got lucky, I guess he's saying, on the block, just looking at how Coach Wright's reacting to that during the timeout.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. He's a stickler on defense. He demands it. The reason why he demands it is because you don't have to beg a player to shoot the basketball. But defense is want to. You have to want to be good defensively, and it requires a lot of attention to detail, and that is something that he coaches fiercely.
16:31 to go. And early in this contest right now, the teams are adjusting to how the game is going to be called by the officials. Langston right now has been able to get the ball basically anywhere they want on the floor. They just haven't been able to score the basketball right now. Substitution, senior Paul Turner is in the game now. And they're going to call another offensive foul, another chicken wing.
Yeah.
So that's team foul number 4. I didn't see who they called it on. Okay, not getting who's getting the foul call.
I don't know.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is.
So the ball's going the other way now. Foul called against number 10, and that is going to be called against Chevius. So both teams are having to adjust. My main thing is if you're going to have a problem with the call, what I want and everybody wants is just call it consistently on both sides.
Yeah.
If it's a bad call both ways.
Right.
Or if you disagree with it. So they took a foul off the board for Langston. So 3 team fouls for the Lions, 2 team fouls for PanHandle. Inside goes Cortez. He drops it, and poof, scores the ball. Majak.
Baseline, baby, jump hook by Majak.
Getting his first basket of the afternoon. 15:55 to go in the first. First 10 minutes of the game, both teams are still trying to figure some things out. In the first 5 minutes. On the other end,
Mosley. Good defensive play by Mosley.
Chevius misses the shot. Mosley gets the rebound, and here we go.
Yeah, I thought he had a good open look there.
Tez ball fakes. Tez drives down into the lane and is going to drive into contact and is going to draw a foul there. Head coach, if I did not mention it for PanHandle, is Charles Belt, and of course Chris Wright is the head coach of the Lions. So on the floor for the Lions right now, Kuth, Cortez Mosley, Majak Kuth, Cortez Mosley. That looks like DeMonte Brown right there.
Yes.
And then we have Paul Turner and Toro Dean on the floor. Substitution. So Turner's out. Charles Gother is in the game. The freshman from Marietta, Georgia. Second shot does not fall for Cortez. Working the ball around, driving to the baseline. Going to swing it back out. It's going to be stolen by Toro Dean. Dean hits the Jets.
He got numbers.
3-on-2. And the freshman can't finish.
Good rebound.
Rebound, put back attempt. Can't get it to fall.
Ball went to the top of the backboard.
So they're going to call it over the top, turnover.
Yeah. Anthony Wright's checking into the game. Observation, we have not seen
Anthony Roy,
or Ronald Mitchell. And I think they might be doing a little bit of time for violation of
offensive foul again. Again, that time the offensive foul is being called against Sherlock Padmore.
Yep. Yeah, I think they're, like I said, I was talking about Roy and Mitchell. I think they're sitting down a little bit because they are having some problems being on time.
Going to work now. Bounce pass inside to Kuth. Kuth ball fakes it out to Rodine. Wide open three from the top. Dean misses. Rebound pulled down that time by Padmore for the Aggies. From the left wing. Dribbling it out into the lane. Goes with the runner. Shot by Greaves. So they're going to call the foul against number 20 there, Charles Gothard. So Sharif Knox returns to the game for Gothard. Toro Dean comes out. Cortez Mosley returns. So you have Michael Wright, Cortez Mosley, DeMonte Brown, and Majok on the floor right now. Lions up 7-5 here on a quick little burst. Going to work now. Up top, Brown being covered by Cortez.
Loose ball.
Pressure, almost loses it. Sharif Knox almost comes in with a steal. Bounce pass to the inside. Back out. Chevius fires a three, and he knocks it down.
Good defense right there, but again, PanHandle State did a good job of executing. Chevius on the shot.
Cortez setting up the offense as Aggies back on top by one. Trying to draw a screen by Kuth. He does. Mosley spins inside. Contact. This time no foul call. No benefit of the whistle. Across the timeline now goes Amari Brown. Brown swings it.
Loose
ball nearly stolen. Ball under control now by Anthony. Back to Brown. Still covered by Knox. Brown drives. And then he tries to hammer it down. Shot no good. Cortez Mosley comes up with the rebound. Tez over to Knox. Knox steps into a three. Back rim's no good. Brown with the rebound. Brown goes to the rim.
No
strong,
foul.
but no call. Physical inside, and then finally Michael Wright's going to get called with the foul there.
Yeah, I think the whistle was a little late on that one. How they missed the first one. But then they called the second one was beyond me. Torudine and Tovar checks into the game for DeMonte Brown and Sharif Knox.
You know, it's always tough when you got a point blank, you know, and it gets to see DeMonte Brown, you know, trail back and not just give up on the play to get the rebound, but not get the benefit of the reward of getting that shot. That kind of stinks, but I love the effort from the young man.
Right.
All right, back to work now. Ball in the hands, going to swing it. Majok
on
Kuth with the steal. Now Toro Dean.
He got numbers.
And Toro Dean sells
it.
He sells it. Anthony Brown, and he bought it.
Man, that was silky smooth. That
9-8.
That would look like something Magic Johnson would have done.
You tried not to sell it and take it away, but you did in that case. Kuth now covering up top against Chevius. On the right wing up top. Ball to the corner. Ball knocked loose by Cortez. Mosley on that play. Then firing up a deep shot. No good. Rebound Toro Dean. Here come the Lions. Going back to work. Bounce pass inside to Tovar. Tovar on the box. Dribbles inside. Turns. Spins with the hook shot. Shot no good. Michael Wright almost chases it down. Ball ends up in the hands of Kwesi Anthony for the Aggies. Across the timeline goes Amari Brown. Ball standing on the logo. Just over 12 minutes to go in the first half. Bounce pass to the inside on the left wing. Shot by Chevius. No good. Rebound by Tovar. Tovar gets the ball back in the hands of Toro Dean. Dean going to work. Bounce pass inside to Mosley. Mosley is just effective on the outside as he is on the inside. Turns and spins and draws the contact. Going to be another foul on Joe Greaves right now. Will be team foul number 5. And it will put Cortez Mosley to the free throw line.
That was actually a really good move in the low post by Mosley. Such a versatile player. He started the game out at the point guard position, and then now he rotates and he plays the 2, 3, and 4. And so, and I've even seen last year where he was even asked to defend in the low post, in which, you know, again, as the defensive player of the year last year, it only makes sense that this is a guy who has a versatile game.
Ethan Wiley is checked in the game, as well as number 24, Boston Douglas, have come in for the Aggies, and it looks like there's one more gentleman out there. Looks like that's Caleb Stevens out there for the Aggies in substitutions. So
11-8.
11-8 is the score right now. And here come the Aggies. Lions up by 3, 11:27 to go. They swing the ball to the left wing. Ball fake. Back up top. Amari Brown, step back 3. Draws iron, nothing
Rebound
doing
Mosley.
there. Mosley gets it back in the hands of Toro Dean. He took his time on that one. Lions did not have numbers on that. Ball in the left wing. Kicks it to the corner. Michael Wright for 3. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down there by Ethan Wiley. Amari Brown trying to cook from the outside. Into the lane, swings it to the corner. Amari Brown fires a 3, rims, no good. Rebound Toro Dean. Swings it back to Cortez on the left wing. Tovar on the box.
Let the big
Drives
man
inside.
work.
And drives inside.
Ah.
Power game. Couldn't get it to fall.
He got pushed underneath the basket, didn't get the call. Got to be frustrating.
And it looks like we got a timeout being called on the floor here. Today's game sponsored by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Looking for an easy, speedy tax return? TFCU members can help you save up to 20% off federal products when you file with TurboTax. That's Tinker Federal Credit Union. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call here. The Lions up 11-8 right now. They have not been able to pull away. The game has been really, I hate to say this, but the calls have really affected the tempo of this game. And so both teams are still in a, I would say, taxiing on the airport runway, trying to take off.
Yeah, and also, too, they're just they're trying to feel their way in right with the rotation the way it is. Again, 2 players not in the rotation. And that's having an impact on the Langston's team as well, Langston Lions basketball team as well.
Now, when you start talking about that, of course, you were talking about the unavailability right now of Anthony Roy.
Yep.
And we were talking about him and Ronald Mitchell. Both these young men are key components to the success of this team.
Yep.
So they're going to have to make some adjustments, and I think the Lions will do just that.
Yeah.
They just have to figure it out. But here's the thing. Not always will you start off to a hot start. Not always will you. When you get into tournament play, whether it's Sooner Athletic Conference tournament play or NAIA, there are going to be stretches where you still have to adjust your game.
Yeah, you definitely have to adjust your game because you never know what might happen where a player may not be available, whether it be an injury or whether it be foul trouble or whatever. So this is actually a good thing. And Langston's able to get players out there, giving them more game experience and repetitions. So, you know, they just need to learn how to adjust.
Deep three-point shot. He
Off the
called
glass.
Amari Brown drains it on the left wing and ties the game up at 11.
Yeah, that was a prayer. I don't think he called it, but it went in.
It's a little bit, early for Sunday morning. But let's go into work. 9:42 to go. Both teams have 5 team fouls apiece. Toro Dean draws the screen, then fires up a jump shot short. Rajak Kuth gets the rebound for the Lions, and then he forces a shot up. He can't get it to fall. Everybody's underneath the goal. Cortez ball fakes, drives into the lane, and tries to finish with a nice push shot. And he does. 13-11.
Cortez Mosley is so good around the basket because he has such great leaping ability, and he's quick. And he's 6'5". That's the other thing.
So as it stands right now, ball nearly knocked loose. And Turner ends up with it. Brown ends up with the ball, and then he goes to the basket. It's going to be blocked. Flying out of nowhere and sending it back was Caleb Stevens with good hustle for the Aggies to keep them right there. That was going to be a momentum-building dunk.
Yeah, it was. And, of course, you know, you never give up on plays like that, and that's exactly what happened.
Amari Brown got it. Now, Brown was trying to, as they say, charge up to drop the hammer.
He was going to give a tomahawk.
He was, but right there, again, he wasn't paying attention to who was coming down to trail him. With Kuth right there, it would have been, he could have dumped it off as well. He could have. On the other end, Cortez misses the three, follows in his own shot, and then puts it off the glass for two.
Yeah, nice reverse layup. He shot the three ball, followed his shot. That's why it's so important to always follow your shot. That ball comes right back to you, and then he converted it. Oh, turnover.
Ball's going to get knocked off the hands there of Caleb Stevens. Stevens with a tremendous block. And for him to be 6'1", and I hate saying that that's small, considering that I don't know what it's like to be 6 foot. But he really climbed the ladder to knock that ball from Demonte Brown.
This is college basketball. Everybody out here is on scholarship. These guys have measurements like you wouldn't believe. Their measurables in terms of their leaping ability and vertical is oftentimes off the charts.
Going to work. Ball now above the circle to Turner. Now down on the block to Brown. Brown dribbles inside, turns into the lane, tries to finish with the left hand, can't get it, gets his own rebound up high. Should be a jump ball situation. And everything's all right. It's just the players playing through to the whistle. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's exactly what they're supposed to do.
There's a lot of oohs and ahs, but for you and me, Gary, that's what I call, you know, just because you got it don't mean that it's not mine.
Right, no, that's right. Both hands on the ball, someone needs to take it away, and that's what you want to do. You want to take that ball away or you want to maintain possession of it. You don't just hold it there until the whistle blows.
No. Because if I think it's mine, whether the official made the call or not, I'm going to tell you whose it is.
That's right.
All right, bounce pass to the inside.
Kuth
with a block. Kuth gets two, affected, blocked one, affected the second one. Rebound pulled down toward Dean.
Great defense by Majak.
Dean across the timeline now, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ball on the left wing. Turner swings it. Dean draws the screen, and they're going to call an offensive foul there against Majak Kuth.
Yeah, he just was not set. You know, you want to get close and stand still.
But you got to count it.
Yep.
You got to count it, you know, like a 1, 2, and then you can move.
Yep.
But if you get that quick one, then you got an official sitting on that call.
Right.
They're just waiting on it. All right, Caleb Stevens across the timeline now.
Oh, turnover.
Again, low pass. The Aggie players are talking about it. Boston Douglas says, hey, man, how about chest high?
Right, at least waist high.
Checking in for the Aggies, we have number 2.
Douglas doesn't understand why he didn't catch the ball and he has to come out the game. But that's only because Joe Greaves is coming back.
Okay.
15-11 to go, 7-11 in the first half. Across the timeline goes Dean. Ball in the hands of Tovar, who gives it back to Brown. Brown showing his skills as he wheels and deals to the lane.
Beautiful
was that a Euro?
That was.
It was right to left and in.
That's what made it so nice, is that it was the opposite of what we're used to seeing. He went right to left.
17-11, Lions up by 6, 6:42 to go. They're going to fire the ball into the corner, unleashing a shot by Miller, and Miller drains the three. That's Bison Miller. The freshman from Lubbock, Texas, knocks that shot down for the Aggies. Lions up by 3, trying to extend this home winning streak to 30 games. Turner has the ball now. Hands back to Dean. Dean drawing contact, going to swing the ball back outside. Brown, step back 3, and he cashes that check. 20-14.
Great
6
shot.
minutes to go.
Demonte Brown doing his James Harden impression with the step back 3 ball.
Hey, ever since his shot got blocked, Brown's been on another level. So Amari Brown drawing contention from Toro Dean. Tovar runs him off the screen. He's going to swing the ball and let fly a 3 on the other end, and knocking it down goes Taki Chivius. So Chivius knocks it down, pulls him within 3.
PanHandle State's doing a good job with ball rotation.
And again, for teams that are struggling, You know, when we start talking about teams looking for positive things, remember this Panhandle State team came into this week 2 of 16 in conference play. And you know, so they're 4-18 overall.
Right.
So you're telling me that they don't want, I mean, this couldn't be a win, a big time win for them? I mean, you're talking, in other words, everybody needs to understand. You said it earlier, Gary. You know, as both teams now officially have 6 fouls apiece. So now Toro Dean shooting 2 at the line. But when you step in here, you step into the den, you step into Marcus Haynes' court, that you're going to get, other teams are going to bring it here because not too many people have won here.
Right.
And if you want to make the win of your season, man, we might have struggled all year long.
but we beat Langston.
And we ended the streak.
Right.
You know, Dean misses that one.
This is a record-setting team, a national record-setting team. So everyone wants a piece of the action if they can knock off the Langston Lions.
You said everyone.
Everybody.
Okay. So when you're looking at this right now, Langston is 8 of 22 shooting field goals right now. Dean just knocks down the free throw.
21-17.
And as for free throw shooting, Langston's off to a 3-8 start in that department.
Wow.
So you know I have that line, Gary. I have to use it. Free throws are only free
if you make them.
If not, and the ball's going to get knocked loose, and they're going to call a foul as Sherlock Padmore was charging up to put one down. Both teams are in the bonus now. So third personal foul, I do believe, for Tovar.
Yeah, that Tovar picked up. Yeah, he picked up his third personal because the defense was slow in rotation. Left players exposed, left players uncovered.
Padmore misses the first of 2 free throws. So Anthony Roy gets his first action of the afternoon as Toro Dean comes out.
Ron Mitchell also checks into the game.
So Ronald Mitchell standing, he's actually on the free throw line, not on the free throw line, but lining up to get the rebound. So Tovar gets the pulls down, takes the ball out, I should say. 21-18, 5:03 to go. Ronald Mitchell gets it over to Anthony Roy. Roy back to Kuth, swings it to Cortez. Mitchell now has it on the logo. Swings it. Anthony Roy wants to fire. Gets it over to Mitchell. Now the ball in the hands of Tez. Tez kicks it to the corner. Ronald Mitchell fires a 3 and drains it. Way to go, senior.
Did you see that ball rotation, the way they were really patient, waiting for the good look? 24-18 Lions.
So to work it goes. Ball in the hands now of Amari Brown, picked up by Tovar. Tovar
just picked up his 4th foul.
We'll see if we're right here. So, okay, his second personal foul.
Okay.
But nonetheless, he fouled Amari Brown shooting a 3. So Brown will get 3 shots. So the first shot by Amari Brown careens off the goal. He'll get 1 more. So 1 more shot coming his way. Free throw hasn't been too nice to him here. Shot goes up, and he misses. He missed all 3.
Wow.
4:14 to go.
That's the guy you want to foul.
So now, ball up top. Ronald Mitchell, who has a 3 in a pocket of his own, fires it to the corner. Kuth drives inside. Kuth finishes.
The baby hook.
The baby hook rolled into the lane. Puts the Lions up by 8. 3:50 to go. So now going to work. Ball in the hands now. Firing it down low. Greaves turns and fires up a prayer. Nothing going there. Anthony Roy with the rebound. Go Green Shoes as he kicks it to the corner. Ronald Mitchell fires a three. Shot no good. Tovert back taps it. Not able to corral it. Here come the Aggies. Ball in the hands of Weiss and Miller. Miller goes to the corner, drifts to the corner for a three. He can't get it to fall. Rebound. Now controlled by the Langston Lions as Mitchell's been heating up. He's got 6 since coming into the game. Ball in the hands of Roy. Roy inside. Off the glass, can't get it to fall. Amari Brown hits the Jets, getting to the front court. The Lions do a good job of stopping the ball on that play.
Yep.
Brown looking for a crease. Tries to set up. Contact into the lane. A lot of bodies flying
everywhere. They got to call something now. I mean, I'm seeing bodies flying and people rolling on the floor. I'm like, okay, what's the call?
All right.
They call a walk.
That's what a walk looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I put that in my mental Rolodex. So going to work again. Waiting for everybody to get back in the game. So Boston Douglas has returned to the game for the Aggies, as well as Caleb Stevens. So on the floor for the Lions, you got Toro Dean, Ronald Mitchell, Anthony Roy, Devontae Brown, and Kuth. You're going to call a foul?
Nah. Yeah, they call a foul on the floor.
Somebody's shooting 2. So it's foul's going to be called against number 20, Boston Douglas. So it says Toro Dean of the line shooting 2. So Dean fires, and Dean knocks down the first. He should get one more.
Yeah, he's had a good night at the free throw line so far.
If he could just shoot them all for everybody.
Right.
The Lions are now 4 of 9, just under 50% in free throw shooting in the game thus far. 27-18. And he gets the second one to fall. Lions up by 10, 2:19 to go before the end of the first half. Going to swing it over.
Oh.
Close to half court. Going to fire it. Almost lost balance. Ball in the hands of Stevens. Now gets it back to Greaves. Greaves trapped on the logo. Gets rid of it, unloads to DeMontrell Jones Jr., getting his first action of the game for the Aggies, and he shoots an air ball. It will be Lion basketball with 1:54 to go. So Mosley returns to the game, and coming out right now is Majak Kuth. So Amari Brown returns to the game, and it looks like Sherlock Padmore comes out.
Wow. So Langston now has 5 guards in the game.
5 guards, and it looks like that's a matchup there that Charles Belt wanted to do with the Aggies. As Cortez goes to the box, puts 2 on the board.
And that could also be exactly what Coach Wright is looking for, wanting to go smaller and quicker, giving Cortez the opportunity to play that 4 position where he does get some additional paint touches.
30-18 is the score. Lions up by 12. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Amari Brown going to walk into a 3 and banks it.
Another one?
Yeah, the bank is open on Saturdays.
Wow.
I didn't know we accept that out here at Langston.
I know, right?
Across the timeline. Bounce pass. Toro Dean gets it to Cortez. Cortez backs in, spins to the left and draws the contact. Count the basket. Cortez dribbled it in right and then spun left and finished with the left hand. It was beautiful, Gary.
Yes, it was. I mean, that's where Cortez can take you, put you in a blender, spin you around, have you fouling him as he's going to the free throw line to complete the 3-point play.
And that put Cortez in double digits. He's got 11 first half points today.
Yeah.
So in the last 2 halves of basketball, we've seen this young man basically put up 37 points.
No, Cortez is really, he started the season with a hamstring injury. It came on a little bit slow, and he's being asked to do so many different things. But let me tell you, if he gets anywhere around the paint, he scores.
So 51.7 seconds to go. The clock did not start on the inbound play, so they're resetting it. That's what's going on here, folks.
Okay.
33-21 is the score. Lions up by 12. Okay, ball in the hands of Amari Brown now. Ball. Brown has it. Toro Dean covering. Douglas gets it over. Ball back in the hand to the corner. Three-point shot no good. Rebound Anthony Roy. That shot was missed there by DeMontrell Jones. 30 seconds to go, 23 seconds on the shot clock, so there's a 4-second difference. Ball in the logo, Anthony Roy steady dribble. 18 seconds. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Step back shot by Anthony Roy, draws no rim.
On the follow.
Anthony Brown, DeMonte Brown scores it. 2 seconds.
Yep.
And they're going to throw it away, and that's the end of the first half. And what a first half for basically DeMonte Brown, who's going to finish the first half with likely 7 points. So there's going to be a brief intermission. And then Gary and I are going to come back on the other side, break down the stats, take a look at the numbers, and get Gary's keys to the second half of this game. But it'll be about a 5-10 minute break, but we'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Lion Basketball, brought to you today by Tinker Federal Credit Union. We'll be right back.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Our second senior is none other than Line 5, Miss Cameron Shelley.
You'll be missed.
Cameron Shelley is from Albany, Georgia, and she's a psychology major. Her future plans include to complete her master's and enter into the field working as a counselor for athletes in college or pro sports. One fun fact about her, she loves cheerleading. She is being escorted by her mother, Christy Shelley, her father, Chris Shelley, her sister Carson Shelley, and grandparents Phyllis and Hugh Berry.
Yes, she is. She is. just like that, man. You look up, you're a senior.
And last on the women's basketball team, we have none other than number 10, Haley Jordan. Haley Jordan, otherwise known as 2KK, is a Columbus, Ohio native in the liberal education major. She plans to become a coach and continue playing overseas. She's being escorted by her mother, Autumn Jordan, a childhood coach, Coach Jordan, and her close friend, Michelle Carter, and some more friends along with her.
Something's going on with the app. I can't get it to get the stats consistently. It keeps
We have Miss Kyla Johnson. Kyla Johnson is from the Oklahoma City area, and she's a corrections major. She plans to find a career working in a professional sports team, and she's being escorted by her mother, Crystal Bryant, and her grandmother, Eve Thomas.
Oh, wow. Crystal's my classmate. Oh, really? Well, she's behind me. She's younger than me. Right. But we were all up there. Okay, Connor, we coming back.
Welcome back to the TFCU Halftime Report. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. Gary, taking a look at some of the team numbers from the first half of this game. As you always say, the truth is really in the numbers. So if you really dive into this game, you'll see why Langston's been able to be successful, but they also will tell you that the Aggies better hold on here, because the lid could very easily be blown off in the second half of this game. So as it stands right now, of course, the score is 35-21. The Aggies have shot 7 of 24 from the first half in the total field goals. That's 29%. Then you're looking at three-pointers. They're 6 of 13, 46%. That's one of the reasons why the score is still limited to at least being a 14-point margin, because you're shooting 46 from 3. 1 of 5 from the three-point line, from the free throw line, only shooting 20%. Total rebounds by that team, 12. Now, here's the Langston numbers on the other side. Okay. Langston is 13 of 30, shooting 43% from the field, total field goals. 2 of 8 for 3, 25%. 7 of 12 from the free throw line, 58%, but 25 first half rebounds. So what that tells you here is when you start talking about the three-pointers is what's keeping the Aggies this close. Right. If those shots stop falling, given that Langston already has a large margin, basically a 13-point margin in rebounds, and given the fact that the field goal percentage is about to hit 50%, it's a powder keg for an explosion of LU here in the second half of this game.
No, you're right. It's exactly what in fact, we typically have been seeing that margin kind of like explode in the second half as teams begin to wear down because of the defensive pressure that Langston brings.
Consistently, yes.
Consistently. They start losing their legs, shots start getting flat, and then you start seeing breakdowns, because that's the difference. Langston will rotate 10 guys on you, and they will apply that pressure, while at the same time, if you don't have a 10-man rotation that can match their intensity, you begin to fall off, and that's when you start seeing these separations occur, like 15 points turned into 25 points turned into 30 points before you realize it.
I'm glad you're bringing that up, because the fact that you said no Ronald Mitchell and no Anthony Roy, see, in the last time when these teams played on January 20th, Cortez Mosley had 16 points in the game. Yeah. He has 15 points in the first half of this one. Right. Anthony Roy had 29 points in the game last time. So again, now Anthony Roy's getting in here. So the shooting percentage is going to be more familiar shots you're going to get, better shots you're going to get, because your guard plays there. So you're expecting that, like I said, this thing is building up for an explosion here in the second half.
Yeah, and the big question that I have is what kind of playing time will Ron Mitchell and Anthony Roy get this second half? I can tell you that one of the things that I saw is that Anthony Roy did not take very many shots when he got in the game, which is uncharacteristic of him, right? But what we are seeing right now is that the load is being carried by Demonte Brown, Toru Deeb, and Cortez Mosley.
Right. Now, in the first game that these two teams played, Langston was beating PanHandle State 38-12 in Aggie land, out there in Guyman just a little while ago.
What's that place called? It's not Guyman, but what's where the university?
Oklahoma PanHandle State?
Yeah, what's the town that
I thought it was Guyman.
No, it's somewhere. It's something else. But go ahead.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So, but needless to say, 38-12, the second half of the game, Langston outscored them 45-28.
Okay.
So, as they got hotter in the second half, and I just want to point that out there. So you're talking about Goodwill. That's what it is.
Goodwill.
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
It just took me a minute. I always have to get to Guyman.
Goodwill, Oklahoma.
Get to Guyman, and then Goodwill is like right next door. It's
right,
Midwest City, Dell City, so no disrespect for anybody who's living in Goodwill or in Guyman. Please don't take it that way. Yeah. Charge it to my head, not to my heart. Charge it to my heart, not to my head, excuse me. In this particular case, Miller, in this game, he scored 8 points for PanHandle, Vyson Miller, and he did it by knocking down some of the key three-point shots. He was 2 of 5 from deep for PanHandle in the first half. In that game, though, a player who's not playing today or not available for the Aggies is Fred Robinson. And that first matchup, he had 14 points. Okay. So you're missing him. And so you don't have him coming into that. So taking a page off of this, I want to go back and then look at the high-flying Lions for the first half of this game. And looking at them right now as it stands, Cortez Mosley, I said he had 14. It's 15 points in the first half of this game. Then you've got Tovar coming in with 2 points. Brown, who had 7 points. And after he got his shot blocked, he played with energy, and he played with a lot of fire in his belly. You saw that. Then, of course, Toro Dean had 5, Gary. And then coming out of it, Ronald Mitchell came in the game, knocked down a 3. And then Kuth Majak had 4.
Okay.
So that's how we build up. You add those points together, you get 35. So in the second half of this game, what is Coach Wright going to want to see from his team? I mean, now that you've gotten through that stretch where you needed to send your messages, how do you finish this game?
Well, you finish this game basically executing the way you went into halftime. Things started picking up nicely for the Lions, and guys began to force turnovers, and they were playing well, and they were rebounding hard, which is exactly what you want. Now you need to shoot better free throws the second half for sure. But considering the fact that, they have a 14-point lead right now, they don't really need to change anything. They just need to get better doing what, they're being asked to do, and that is play good defense, take care of the basketball. Don't turn it over, make sure you rebound, and everything will take care of itself.
Yeah, in the game that took place in Goodwill for Oklahoma PanHandle State and Langston back then, you're talking about a game where the total team shooting for them was 35%.
Right.
So you're talking about they're averaging about what they are by the Langston defense as it's set now. So if you're the defense, you got to come out, reestablish that, as you just said, and then you got to take your offense and still get good shots. You want good, clean shots.
Right.
Don't get into trying to be fancy here instead of tone. I'm just pointing out here that you just have to play within yourself and run through the rest of this clock and move on to the next games next week.
You are right. Play within yourself, and you want to make sure that you just focus on doing the right things. I think what Coach Wright really wants this team to do is get back on the right track, just all the way around, right?
Right.
You got to get guys back on the court who've been off the court. Then you want to make sure that guys on the team get the right message of, hey, this is the way we do things, and I expect for you to toe the line. The reason why that's so important, Mo, and I'll say this, when you get into tournament play, whether it be conference tournament play or whether it be NAIA tournament playoffs, discipline and unselfishness and making sure you do the little things is what matters the most. And
right.
I had this same conversation with my brothers, are all in coaching, and they're saying, how do you predict the teams? Because for instance, I called Kansas City as a Super Bowl champion. How do you predict that? Teams with the highest level of character and the highest level of discipline are the ones who usually become victorious in the end.
Back to live action here. So second half, we do see some changes as a more traditional Langston starting lineup is on the floor right now. Toro Dean, Anthony Roy, Ronald Mitchell, DeMonte Brown, and it looks like in this case we're going to start the Cortez Mosley, the forward at the center position. Going to go with the small.
Good rebound by Brown.
And Brown's going to get fouled after picking up that rebound. So team foul number 1. We're barely 20 seconds into the second half, and Aggies putting a foul on the board.
One of the things I love about DeMonte Brown is he's only 6'4", but he has an incredible knack, for the ball, especially when it comes to rebounding. He's undersized, but he's down there with the big guys, and his rebounding stats are pretty awesome.
Ronald Mitchell,
great shot by
catches the inbound pass and puts the biscuit in the basket from deep.
Yeah, Ronald Mitchell, when he gets hot, he's pretty dangerous, pretty difficult to contend with. Up, double dribble, turnover.
And Amari Brown getting called for the turnover right there, and the Aggies not coming out sharp right now, much to the chagrin of Charles Belt. So the Lions are going to get the ball here as they push the lead up to, I want to say, 17 right now. Across the screen now. Ball up top. Cortez walks into a 3, and he knocks it down.
Wow.
And that's 6 points coming out of the gate, folks. It's now officially a 20-point margin. The Lions have jumped out right away, not wasting any time. 19:06 to go, and we're just getting started here.
Yeah, we got us a mismatch here in the low post. Torudine matched up against the big from PanHandle State, but defense is rotating up, steps out of bounds, forced turnover. Langston's basketball.
Sherlock Padmore did not see where the inbounds line was. So it's a 20-point margin right now. Here comes Torudine and the Langston Lion offense. Hands off to Anthony Roy, who hands off to DeMonte Brown.
Sherlock Padmore, 6'7" post player from where? Turks and Caicos.
And then Anthony Roy decides to fire a three. What's going on the east side of the gym, Gary? I mean, that's 9 points in the second half from right there in front of the student section near the Langston locker room.
Well, you know, guys are starting to feel it.
To the corner. Working the ball around is going to draw contact. Anthony Roy is going to foul. Looks like number 24, Boston Douglas.
Oh, they call that on Ronald Mitchell. Wow.
So Ronald Mitchell getting called for the foul at that time. Going to inbound the ball. Now in the hands of Amari Brown.
Oh.
Torudine knocks it out of his hands. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Langston's defense looks sharp. Amari Brown with the step back three. Short front rims. Cortez Mosley with the rebound. Dean hands off to Brown, who hands off to Roy, who gives it back to Dean. A little bit of the weave right there in front of the logo. Dean goes left. Step back. Shot. Back rim, no good. Rebound pulled down. And then contact's going to be made. They're going to call a foul against Dean.
Yeah.
Didn't give him a chance.
Yep.
Didn't give him airspace to land. So foul number 2 on Dean. 17:40 to go in the game. Going to swing it. Ball in the hand. Bounce pass inside. And then working it around and finally scoring the basket there, Sherlock Padmore.
Can you imagine that, Mo?
As Ronald Mitchell fires a three from the other side. He's testing each side of the floor. That one was the shot first. The first three he knocked down was from the left wing.
Right.
That one was from the right corner. I mean, he's just warming up, folks. 47-23 now, leads up to 25.
Man, they definitely want to get Padmore and Torudine in the low post.
Make that 24. And then Amari Brown fires a three on his own. Cortez back taps it. Torudine controls it. Ball to the left wing. Spin move inside. Cortez Mosley.
Rims out.
Goes glass, can't get it to fall. Brown pushes tempo here. Langston steps out on him.
Loose ball.
And Torudine is going to get called for the foul there. So Torudine. So 3 fouls for Dean, and now Sharif Knox comes in, as well as Michael Wright, and also J. Allen Tovar comes in for the Lions. So you've got Ronald Mitchell, Cortez, Knox, Wright, and Tovar on the field, on the court right now. Allen has contact, and they're going to call a foul on the ground, on the floor here.
Number 11.
So looks like going to call on Tovar. So that's number 3 for Tovar.
Yeah, Majak getting ready to check in the game.
So he comes out, and Majak Kuth comes to the game right now. Langston has 4 fouls to the 1 of the Aggies. Handoff. Pull up Jay, no good there for Chevius. Mitchell to the left wing. Swings it up top. Now down inside to Cortez Mosley. Mosley in the lane. Turns and fires and got his man underneath the goal. There was nothing he could do. Cortez excellent post player for his size.
Yes.
Take any guard on the block. 49-23. Lead up to 26. Ball in the hands of Douglas. Douglas
Nice
hit the
start,
motor.
stop move.
Yeah, start and stop move. Timeout called on the floor there. So 15:30 to go. It's a timeout called. Man, the Lions have come out smoking hot in the second half of the game. The three ball's been working. Again, controlling the paint and making it difficult, forcing turnovers. I mean, we both kind of called it. Gary, you're saying taking it to the next level on the defensive side of the ball, and it looks like the Lions have done that.
Yeah, they definitely have. Just doing those little things that Coach Wright demands. And, of course, we know when things are going well because we don't see him up screaming.
Right.
So as long as Coach Wright is kind of cool and he's kind of sitting on the sideline dealing and he's subbing guys in and out. And
Listen,
you're not seeing his head jumping up and down.
So if you're up 25 to 30 points, let's say you're just up 35 points on the team.
Yeah.
And you don't get back on defense, is he going to get up
He'll
and yell?
lose his mind as if he's down by 10. Let me tell you something. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. It does not matter, okay? He strives to coach the perfect game.
All right, Ronald Mitchell hands off to Wright, who gives it back to Dean, who weaves over to the right wing, bounce pass to Kuth. Over to Dean. Dean stutter steps, gets it back to Kuth, gets it back to Dean. Dean wants to swing it to Wright. Wright pulls up for a jump shot and knocks down a three from the left wing.
Great adjustment by Wright. I mean, that pass came to him a little wide. He was able to get his feet square and still raise up and drain the three ball. Michael Wright, 6'7" wingman out of Illinois, three ball assassin.
Going to work right now.
Ribs out.
Shot no good. Rebound. And still fighting for it. It will be Aggie basketball.
Sharif Knox. Good to have him back. He's been through a tough year physically. Broke his nose, broke his fingers. I mean, he's clearly the enforcer. He's that guy on the hockey team that kind of like skates around and gets, see there, there's another guy on the ground, Sharif Knox.
Yeah, exactly. Sharif does not manage.
Yeah.
And when you talk about that, I know it's not a positive thing to say somebody acts like Draymond Green.
He's Draymond. He's our version of Draymond Green.
But what I'm saying here is the positive aspects of being an enforcer, getting in your face, disruptive, not taunting and stepping on people. That's not.
He doesn't do that.
So that's what I said. The positive aspects of an enforcer.
Yeah. He's
Am I going to get in trouble for that in broadcasting school by saying a positive?
No, it's
an
positive.
enforcer?
I mean, every good basketball team has that guy. If you think about every team, championship level team, they have that guy. Bird had Parrish, right? And
Chief.
And then Lambeer, when those guys played, for Detroit, right? With Isaiah and. All of those guys, those guys that just know how to get in there and battle, they're just tough, hard-nosed guys.
I missed that level of the game.
Yeah.
I do. Kuth hands off to Ronald Mitchell. Mitchell swings it to the outside. Michael Wright going to get it back on top to Mitchell, who swings it to the left wing to Toro Dean. Dean draws a double team. And then fires it out to Ronald Mitchell, and he misses his
Michael
first.
Wright gets the rebound.
Wright was there, and the ball's going to get pinned on the
stuck.
goal. So it will be considered are they going to call a foul?
What they call? Okay, called a foul. They did.
So on Sherlock Padmore, so a timeout's been called on the field right now.
Oakley,
So now, going to work. So 14:08 to go. Timeout on the floor. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. Get 24/7 access to your TFCU accounts online and our mobile banking. Allows you to monitor and get access to your accounts conveniently and securely from anywhere and anytime. Search Tinker FCU in the App Store or Google Play Marketplace. So, this is one of those games where you got to fight your way all the way through. You know, you got to continue to press your way, and you want to build upon those things, taking it. The regular season does not end tonight.
Right.
There's 2 more games left. There will be 2 road contests, and then you'll figure out from there how after the Sooner Athletic Conference tournament is that following week, and then right after that, the NAIA tournament starts.
Right.
So you want to get healthy. You want to start playing your best ball. These are the dog days of the basketball season. You've already clinched what you could clinch.
Right.
You know where you're going to be. So right now you just got to be, you just have to get back on the routine and finish the way and the same desire and hunger.
Right.
So do you have any concerns? Because it's not that it has been easy for this team by any stretch of the imagination, but any concern, Gary, about them, taking their foot off the gas a little bit? Michael Wright misses the first free throw.
Yeah, there's always that concern. I mean, that's what keeps Coach up at night, right? So this team has come together. None of these guys, before coming to Langston, had success at their previous colleges at this level. So when you talk about, a winning mindset, they're in the process of learning that mindset, right? Because they're having that success. And with that, they have to understand that in order for you to keep pushing and going to the next level, you can't take those moments to relax because, you've achieved something that you've never achieved before. You've got to have that hunger to keep going, and they're learning that right now.
Okay, Michael Wright goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. We're now on the ensuing possession for the Aggies.
Rebound
Shot no good. Dean has the rebound. Dean gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell inside the Coos on a no-look pass. Couldn't get it to drop. Amari Brown ends up with the rebound. Brown pushes it. And a deep three-point shot from the parking lot fired away by Chevius.
Rebound Michael Wright.
But Michael Wright ended up picking it up there. So in the second half of this one right now, the Lions have been able, getting the ball down low to Sharif Knox. He can't get it to fall there. And they're still fighting. Knox ends up with it after the extra effort displayed by Majak. And finally, Michael Wright fires another 3. Right on time.
Man, I tell you what, that has to be frustrating when they bring in three-point shooter after three-point shooter. And then you got guys like Michael Wright, 6'7", transfer from Chicago, Illinois, comes in and he drains the threes when he gets in.
So a timeout's called on the floor right now. But when you're talking about, you're talking about scoring the ball, you're talking about moving the ball, you're pushing the lead to 31, and then you got big shooting threes.
Right.
I mean, that's what you have. Michael Wright is 6'7".
Yep. He's not a big. He's technically a weak guy. But he's 6'7". He's long as all get out. That's the freaky thing, Mo, about this Langston roster, right? You got Anthony Roy. He's a wing player. He's 6'6". You got Michael Wright. He's 6'7". He's a wing outside player. And then you got guys like Cortez Mosley. He's 6'5".
Right. So,
it's just like, wow.
Up and down the roster, you have size, you have length, you got different. And you said it, Wright's more of a wing player, but looks like he could play on the block.
Right. He does. He looks like he can defend in the low post like you would believe. That's something that Coach Wright said last year when he got to the Sweet 16 and he got beat. The reason why he said that he got beat was because he played with smaller guards last year. So when they offensively would go and switch and you had these D1 transfer, these bigger bodies end up on the smaller guards, he said they exposed us. He said that will not happen. He said, I will get bigger at the guards. And now that's exactly what he's done. Toru Dean is your smallest player.
Yeah.
And after that, you got Ron Mitchell and you got Devontae Brown. They're both 6'4".
Right. So when you start looking at this roster does not have a 5 anything on it.
Right.
Not under 6 feet. When I meant 5, you get a 6'5" guy.
Yeah,
but
not a 5'6" guy.
Not a 5'6" guy.
Right. Yeah.
And again, that's how amazing it is to watch what Chris Wright has done to this roster.
Right.
Because he's went and got the pieces that he needs. I mean, it's the guy who wants to cook the ultimate dish,
right,
who went and found the pieces that he needs to compete. Sharif Knox goes
Good
extra
hustle
effort.
play by Knox.
That's the play that you don't see in the stats that Sharif Knox brings to this team, and they're going to catch Tez with steps there.
Yeah, he took 2 steps after he pulled the ball up. He wanted to pass it, but he just couldn't get himself situated.
So Gary, how impressed have you been overall with the roster change that Chris Wright has done with this program? I mean, it's phenomenal because, again, you could talk about all the work and all those things, but to see it happen in real time here and see Langston playing at a completely different level, it was just a year ago at this time. Nobody thought that they were going to be as good as they were. Now this year, that bar has been, raised to another level.
Right.
Shot missed, rebound Cortez.
Well, let me say this. I loved last year's team, with DJ Rainey and those guys, Anthony White. I love last year's team, and partly because
inside his
Dice
Brown
execution.
scores.
Partly because that was the team that took us from basically having an unwinnable type program to being a program that put us on the national scene. So I'm partial towards those guys. But what I love what he's done with this group of guys is he's brought in guys who he can actually go 10 and 12 deep.
Right.
And be impactful and rotate guys in. And he has a lot of fouls to give, and they all understand what it is that's going to need to be done in order for us to be successful.
All right, Cortez Mosley has his shot blocked, and on the other end, that should have been goaltending there. No call. We're going to push the ball. Ball in the hands now. Cortez, and then gives it up to Mitchell, who fires a 3. He couldn't get it to fall. Rebound pulled down by DeMontrell Jones Jr. So big-time play overall going on here by the Aggies and the Lions. 10:37 to go. Ball to the right wing, swung back on top there. Stevens drives in the lane, draws contact, and foul's going to be called against Sharif Knox there. So looking this thing over, 10:29 to go, 58-25. To the free throw line goes Caleb Stevens. Gary, you were just talking about the roster.
Right.
I don't think people truly understand that during the COVID year, Langston almost had nobody here.
You're right. They didn't have anybody here. And so when Coach Wright came in, he brought guys with him, and he had to bring even more. And now he's faced with looking at this current roster and the number of players that are graduating, and he's going to have to bring in even more for next year. He's going to need to replace 10 players.
Right.
And I'm talking about 10 significant
I just
players.
want to say this about Chris Wright right now.
Right.
Most coaches would be losing their mind about what's going to happen next year.
Yeah.
Chris Wright looks at it as an opportunity.
Yeah. Each year he gets to rebuild the team. Each year he gets to try. His biggest challenge is recruiting guys who are culture guys, right, who understand his culture. And that's the reason why he's so glad to have guys like Sharif Knox coming back, and that he's also bringing in guys who have played with him in the past. Like, for instance, we just got a transfer that came in, and I'm blanking on his name right now, but he was a mid-semester transfer from Talladega, who is a Tulsa native. So that's a young man that is going to be a guy who is a culture guy. And so, Coach Wright, he kind of knows what he's doing. He understands that when you bring in these Division I guys, they come in with a lot of talent, but they also come in with, a little bit of baggage, right? You kind of have to work them through the fact that, I know you were at Division I, wherever you are, but now you're here at Langston University, and we do things differently. And he has to convince them and sell them on doing things that are necessary to win championships, because where they came from, they wasn't winning a whole lot of championships. And there's a reason why they're no longer at the Division I level and that they're here.
58-29 is our score, 9:50 to go. Across the timeline, now goes Toro Dean back in the hands of Paul Turner. And Tovar, who's back in the game now. Tovar with 3 fouls, jumps, and passes it over to Dean, who can't knock down the three. Ball's back, tapped out, returned, or controlled as Turner inside, pulls up with the free throw jump shot.
Get in there.
It touches every part of the rim, but does not go in. And still fighting for it is DeMonte Brown.
Look at
putting
Brown.
in all that effort in, and it's still going to be Aggies' ball. But that's the type of ball we're talking about. I know we haven't talked about what was on the court for a few minutes here,
right.
But that's the type of play that if you are trying to win a national championship, that's the type of play you got to have. Doesn't matter what the score is, the effort remains the same.
Right. If you bust your butt and you're giving maximum effort, good things happen. It just does. Good things just happen to guys who put forth the effort, period.
Taki Chivias just drove the lane and drew a foul for contact there and scored the basketball. So it will be 58-29 is the score. He has a chance to knock the lead back down to 28. And he does just that. It's a 28-point margin. Lions up big. Toro Dean across the timeline now. Ball in the hands right. Back to Brown, back to Dean. Dean dribbling on the logo with 8:52 left to go in the second half of this one. Turner. Sidestep shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Vyson Miller. Amari Brown swings it over to Miller. Up top, Amari Brown being covered by DeMonte Brown. Inside on the power game goes number 15 for them. That's Sherlock Padmore. Padmore's going to go to the free throw line shooting 2 following the call. I think that's on, is that on Tovar?
Yep.
So he just fouled out.
He just fouled out. And see, that's normally Sharif Knox. But,
he never liked it. There was never a game he didn't like.
Right. Yeah. Sharif's like, hey, my job is to use all my fouls. Okay. But 8:17, that's a little early. Got a question for you. Okay. So I'm looking at Sherlock Padmore II, and he's from Turks and Caicos.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to ask the question. Can you imagine what went through his mind when he got to Goodwill, Oklahoma? I mean, for real. He went from the beautiful Turks and Caicos, where the water is blue and the sand is white, and it's hot every day.
Yeah,
warm every day.
Every day.
Right now in Turks and Caicos, I promise you, it's about 80 degrees.
You're probably right, Gary.
And he's up in the Panhandle, and I know it's cold up there.
It is. You know it is. As Toro Dean has the ball now, going to get the ball on the box to Cortez, and Cortez wheels and deals into the lane and scores a basket. Cortez has got to be near, or right near
20.
He's got to be 19 points in the second half of this one. 7:52 to go in the game. And I'm going to point this out. Maybe you just want that so you can concentrate on your game. Maybe that's why you do that. I don't have another answer for you other than that, Gary, that would make any sense.
Woo! Michael Wright.
Michael Wright knocks down another three-point shot. That will put him in double digits. He'll have 10 on the afternoon. 7:30 to go as the Lions have pushed the lead to 30. And this time, the foul's going to be probably called on Cortez.
So how many points does Michael Wright have?
10.
10. So, here's one of the things. And he's a shooter, okay? And I had a conversation with Coach about him. I said, Coach, Michael Wright, 6'7", he's long, and I said he can shoot it from all over the arc. I said, so, why isn't he in the starting lineup? Just out of curiosity. And you know what Coach told me?
What did he tell you?
He said, well, defense. You got to play defense. You got to play defense. If you want to break in with me, you got to play defense.
Okay.
You got to break in with me, you got to play D.
Doesn't mean I don't like you.
Don't mean I don't like you. Don't mean I can't use you. But your your minutes are strongly dictated
Yeah.
by your ability to play defense and rebound.
We're talking about a 6'7" junior.
6'7" junior transfer in, and he can shoot it from everywhere.
Chevius knocks down his shot.
But Coach Wright does not care about your ability to score. He wants defense because he knows defense wins championships, period.
That's right. Swinging the ball over to the left-hand side of the court, left wing. Brown going to turn around a difficult falling shot, and he got that one to fall. How did he do it?
Well, all these guys can shoot.
Okay,
That's not the issue.
He will become the third line in double-digit scoring right now.
I'm curious to know how many rebounds he has.
So going to work here. Michael Wright covering.
Yep, focusing on that defense. Way to go, Mike. Good job.
Amari Brown now dribbling on Ronald Mitchell, and Amari Brown drives to the lane. It's going to be blocked off the glass. They're going to call a foul. So to answer your question on how many rebounds does Toro Dean have?
No, DeMonte Brown.
DeMonte Brown? Okay. DeMonte Brown has a total of 5 rebounds, but 4 of those are offensive.
Wow.
Those are the hardest ones to get.
Second chance rebounds.
That's right.
And how many points does he have?
He's in double digits, the third line with 11.
Okay. 6:33 left. 65-36. The margin is getting wider.
2 free throws fall that time for Amari Brown. Across the timeline. New Lion player Matthew Cooper's in the game for the first time today. So Chivy is getting called with the foul, so it will be Langston ball underneath their own, underneath their baseline goal. Bounce pass inside, ball fake by Tez. See if Tez takes him.
Yeah, that ball ain't coming out.
Tez turns around and fires it into the corner, driving in, pulling up. And finally, I thought Michael Wright was going to finish that one. Ball ends up missed shot and then going to the basket this time and getting hit by several Lions. Driving the lane there was Caleb Stevens. Who will get the foul on this time?
20.
Foul called against Charles Gauthier, who just got into the lineup. First free throw is a miss. You know, this is one of those stats, Gary, when you start looking at things. Panhandle's been to the free throw line 19 times. Make that 20 times, and they're going to be 12 of 19 overall. So their shooting percentage from the free throw line will be just about 60%.
That's not good. DeMonte Brown
fires one from deep, can't get it to fall, but going to work. Shot from the corner and knocks it down. Michael Wright again. Oh, Michael Wright is dealing right now. Wright has 13 on the night.
Oh, we got a mismatch in the low post.
And they're going to call offensive foul. Nice job that time.
Yeah.
Tremendous job by Matthew Cooper.
I mean, all 5'9" of him.
Sherlock
freshman.
Sherlock Padmore.
Padmore 6'7".
I know, but he was backing him in.
Yeah.
But nice job there by Matthew Cooper, one of those small freshmen that's on the floor from San Angelo, Texas.
Right.
Into the lane.
Mosley.
How did he do it? Cortez Mosley now with a smooth 23 on the night.
Yeah, he's been simply on fire. And it couldn't happen to a better kid at the right time, let me tell you. Rebound, Langston Lions.
So the Lions get the rebound now, going to throw it up. Turnover. Ball picked up by Amari Brown. Amari Brown on the left wings. 4:28 to go. Brown swings it. Bounce pass inside. Going to kick it out. Amari Brown for three. Front rim no good. Lions trying to get the rebound. Can't do it. And they're chasing down the loose ball. Here comes Tez and the Lions. Under 4 minutes to go. Substitutions now.
Turner in for Wright.
So also into the game now is Ethan Wiley. Greaves. And there's a timeout on the floor. Okay, so we're going to sit there and try to. I'm sitting there going, well, why are the players going the opposite direction? So it is supposed to be
Coach Wright's pretty upset.
Okay. Again, the officials, it's a full timeout. So, again, the officials are upset. Coach Wright is upset because they didn't either acknowledge the timeout, and they're going to call a technical foul against Coach Wright. So, coming out of the free throw is going to be that way. And I kind of understand that the technical foul is being called here, Gary, but it's one of those situations where the officials are not going to let you just say what you want. No, they're not going to let you say what you want.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, oversight, undersight, whatever you want to call it. But in this particular situation, he's trying to, get – the point is I wanted the timeout, and then you didn't give it to me. So the Aggies are going to shoot a technical foul as we come out of the timeout here. And, of course, that puts them in the double bonus. So now they'll get that and the ball. Now, how much difference does it make in a game where they're down, 32 points? Not a whole lot.
With 3:58?
So now it's last game, the Aggies scored only 40 points. The technical foul will provide an opportunity for them to get to at least to surpass their prior goal.
Yeah. But either way it goes, it's still a thrashing.
It is.
Yeah.
So at the free throw line now, going to shoot these three throws is Joe Greaves.
And he missed.
Front rims that one. Langston student section letting him have it. And he misses both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know who the young man is with the orange polo pullover down there, but he's the heckler of the game. We look for him every home game, and trust me, he takes great joy in letting the visiting team have it nonstop, girls and boys.
Yeah, heckler.
Yeah, he's a heckler.
So Greaves is going to fire a three-point, and
Turn
again,
on the rebound. Look at him, yeah.
And he's still talking to him. He is the only thing he's missing is a hat and a suit. He'd be Spike Lee.
Oh, man.
In terms of the way he's ravishing and relishing in this moment. But anyway, bounce pass inside. Paul Turner drives inside, and the senior can't score at that time. Chasing down the rebound, that time is Vyson Miller.
Yeah, we're trying to get Turner on the stat line. I'm telling you, he's a guy who does so many things well for the Lions.
Bounce pass inside, beautiful shot and score by Vyson Miller there. Lead is down to 30, 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Across the timeline now. Steady dribble above the circle, bounce pass inside to Brown. Brown up fakes into the lane and draws contact. Team foul number 4. So substitution as Ronald Mitchell comes in the game. Ball in the hands now of Cortez Mosley, who gets into the lane and spin and shoots a beautiful shot.
God.
Give him a quarter.
man, that's 25.
Lion lead at 32 points, 2.5 to go. Ten seconds on the shot clock before that one's let go. Rebound and put back is good for Ethan Wiley, who picks up the shot, the missed shot by DeMontrell Jones, and then scores it. Does Ethan Wiley?
Yeah, 72-42. PanHandle down by 30.
Ball on top, going to swing it to the left wing. Then Brown goes glass.
Brown goes glass.
Now he has 13 on the night. Ball on the blocks, knocked loose, recovered there by Jones. Turner covering him. Now Tess is stepping out, so is Michael Wright. Into the lane, and then shot from three-point shot is good for Chevius. So Chevius is the high flyer for the Aggies. He's got 11, Brown with 10, and Miller with 10. Mitchell wheels into the lane, and then fires it out. As Miller has it, then he turns and fires.
Rebound Mosley.
Mosley gets it up there and
fouled.
draws contact. And I said Miller, I meant Mitchell. He had fired that last shot. Under a minute to go in this contest, 47-62 is the score. And we were talking about shooting percentages, Gary, some things that would continue to improve. And remember, we said PanHandle was shooting right around 46% from three in the first half of in this game. They're now shooting in the game for three-pointers 31%. 7 of 22. And as that percentage went down, I said the other things that we saw would go up as Cortez scores that. They were shooting right around 30 to 40% from field goals. That dipped all the way down to 28.9%. So the Aggies cooled off and the Lions heated up. And the ball down low into the blocks. And contact. And they're going to score the basket for number 22, Ethan Wiley, who scores the ball. So 76-47 it is now.
31 seconds.
So Wiley at the free throw line right now.
Completes the three-point play.
So completes that. So 31.6 seconds to go. Ronald Mitchell's going to bring it across the timeline. There is about a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So theoretically, this could be the last possession of the game. As Brown fires a three, doesn't get it to fall there. The ball goes out of bounds. And Brown's still trying to understand why he didn't get the free throw or get called for he was fouled when he shot the three.
Because you up by 29.
Is that what that is? You telling me they swallowed the whistle on a certain thing?
Yeah, they trying to get this thing over with.
So the ball is in, and 9 seconds on the clock. Shot clock is off, and that will be the final play of the game. As Langston wins by the score of 76-48. And I want to point this out, Gary.
Yeah.
That when we were talking about the rebounds for the game, PanHandle had 29 rebounds. Remember, they only had 12, so they rebounded better in the second half. Langston finished with 42 rebounds in the game. 14 offensive rebounds for the Lions in this game. Second chance points, second chance money in this game.
Right.
So it's been a huge factor overall in this game as it goes right now. So 76-48 is the final score here as we're getting ready to wrap things up, Gary, let's take a last look at individual performances here, because you and I got some other place we got to get to.
Yeah. Got to get out there again.
So as we're looking at things from that perspective, shout out to Miller. That is Vyson Miller. He had 10 points for PanHandle. Then you also had Amari Brown with 10 points, and then Chevius finished with 14. But for the Lions, Michael Wright, 13 points off the bench. Roy only with 3 today. Majak Kuth with 4. Ronald Mitchell with 9. You had Tovar with 2. Demonte Brown with 13, and Toro Dean with 5. And when you talk about Toro Dean, you got to talk about his whole stat line: 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. When you start talking about, Brown's impact, he ended up with a total of 5 rebounds with that 13 points. But the player of the game has got to be Cortez Mosley.
Oh, most definitely.
He finished with 27 points, 11 rebounds in this game. And 3 assists.
Yeah, Mr. Double-Double. He's going to show you, it just goes to show you that you got Cortez Mosley, you got Ron Mitchell, you got DeMonte Brown, you got Anthony Roy. You got guys who can score. So it doesn't necessarily matter, what combination of players are. With every group, there's going to be a lineup of players who can put points on the board for the Lions.
And you're right. And any time that you can get a player like Cortez Mosley, who can do it inside, outside, upside down, he can do it so many different ways.
And then you get a guy like Michael Wright who comes off the bench and he gives you 13, 14 points, shooting threes. I mean, geez Louise, that just hurts you.
No doubt. So, Gary, we're going to get out of here. We got a place to be in a few minutes, tipping on down in Oklahoma City. District playoff games going on tonight. They're going all over the place. Douglas is in action against Aztec. I think Aztec Charter School.
Okay.
They're against them. And then over at the Wood tonight, the girls are in action tonight against Pathways. And that tips off here in just a minute. So enjoy the basketball of your choice. But tonight's game here at Langston has been brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union. He's Gary Woods. I'm Maurice Prince. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed Senior Day and Homecoming. Have a great Saturday night.